Live at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
It is a great day to be alive on this Tuesday, ladies and gentlemen. It's Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. My name is Ben Brust. Alongside me, Packer backers, seeing the light, seeing the pathway to the victory on Sunday already is Kyle Wallace.
Hey, what a great Tuesday it is. I feel good. I feel refreshed.
Like I said, you got all your negativity off your chest yesterday.
Yeah, no Mr. Negative today.
Brad Nortman, longtime NFL punter, Super Bowl 50 runner-up. He'll be having some PTSD of playoff losses and championship losses throughout the next 4 to 5 weeks. Bradley?
Plenty of those feel fresh as can be. Just like yesterday, it feels like I was losing the Super Bowl, losing the AFC Championship. A lot of losses there. Let's hopefully the Packers can rectify my career wrongs, get some wins.
Let's do it for Brad Nortman. KBN Nation at 800-990-3776. That is the Carbless Talk and Text line. Lists is more. And as always, you can see our beautiful faces on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I say it every time. You have selective listening.
That's very true. You sound like people I know.
He's probably just sad he hasn't thanked you enough.
Oh, is that your resolution to be nicer to me?
Sure.
Yeah, that didn't sound authentic either. See Brad and I's beautiful faces and Kyle's ugly mug on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee, at ESPN Madison.
So
Maybe if becoming relevant is a segment today, we can put Strofe on the stream. Everyone knows he loves his own voice and his face. Now, speaking of looking beautiful, Bradley, you have issued gear on. I'm shocked. Nothing's changed this year.
Yeah,
free Nike t-shirt.
2025 does not necessarily mean new wardrobe for Brad Nortman, but that is not because of the efforts of one First Lady of the Nortman Estate, Lexi Nortman.
The First Lady of the Nortman
Estate. Indeed. Now, guys, I got to get this off my chest. I got to talk about this. Okay? Because Christmas has came and went, and it came and went in the Nortman household too, right? And I start opening up my presents, and one thing you got to know about Lexi, she's a fashion maven. Right? She loves fashion. She loves dressing up. She loves dressing me up, making me look handsome. If I walk down the stairs,
easy with all that.
Disagree with what
easy with all that dressing you up stuff.
If I walk out in an outfit that doesn't really match, she go, I don't know. I'm not sure that works, Brad. Let's take another look at that. Let's take a step. She'll follow me to my closet and say, how about this? How about this and that? And what do you know? I look great then. So she's a bit of a fashion maven, a fashionista. So I will open up all my presents on Christmas, and there's a bunch of them. Lexi's very generous in that way. So as I open them up, and it's a sweatshirt, it's pants, it's a t-shirt, it's all clothes. There's some awesome Nike shoes. They're all clothes in there. And I started thinking to myself, well, wait a minute. Is this a subtle hint? I have a suspicion that Lexi wants me to grow up and move on from all my free issued gear that I've gotten all the time. And my suspicion has now turned into full-fledged fruition, boys. Today I walked into the kitchen, and I'm wearing what I got on right now. I'm wearing a red Nike t-shirt.
And I have those.
And I'm wearing gray Wisconsin Adidas sweatpants. And so these Adidas sweatpants are from probably 2010.
I was going to say they were like 2011.
Maybe 2011.
So those are 15 years old.
Issued gear, yeah, they've been with me the whole time. And then this Nike was just a free Nike t-shirt that they gave me when I played in the NFL.
Cool.
And so she looked at me, she's like, is that what you're wearing today? I was like, yeah. And she goes, Brad, and you could just tell the floodgates open. Brad, those sweatpants are too short for you. You got them 15 years ago when you were in college. You know that red shirt that you're wearing, that red is not particularly flattering for the tone of your skin.
Damn!
Wow.
She's cooking you.
She is. And she's like, it's got to go. It's got to go. And I was like, wait a minute. Is this in relation to all the clothes? Are you trying to turn over my wardrobe, Lexi? And she's like, well, all the clothes I got you are awesome. Why haven't you worn them yet? There's blacks and browns and blues, and they fit me great. And she's like, if you're going to wear that outfit, you better wear the shoes that I got you. At least wear those awesome Jordans. So I'm wearing cool Jordans.
I have the same shoes and high top.
But Lexi literally is sending a message to me saying that all that issued gear, all that stuff that doesn't fit you anymore, all those clothes that are basically made a size too big like they did 15 years ago, it's got to go. Message sent. It was sent on Christmas morning, and now it's sent today.
I have a problem
on
with their
January
marriage.
7th.
Oh, wow. Let's hear it. Let's hear
It's
from
too
this.
passive aggressive.
Oh,
It's too passive
That
aggressive.
seems pretty direct.
No,
Yeah,
it
it's
took
pretty
till
direct.
January 7th for her to get the message across, or Brad's too dumb to realize it. I opened up my first gift, and it was this black jacket, this Sherpa behind me, and I go, yeah, I know you're sick of me wearing the same stuff every week. Like, it doesn't take a brainiac to know what she was trying to do.
But I think-
my fiance got me a toothbrush because I don't brush my teeth at night, and she said, you got to brush your teeth with our daughter. I got her toothbrushes, too.
See, it's a good thing that we have all these good girls in our life to set us straight. But maybe this isn't my problem, because wouldn't you know that those gifts, they are folded up nice and tight on the floor of my closet. I haven't even put them away yet into the areas they should be, let alone wore them.
So are you protesting?
I'm not. I tried it all on. I think it all looks great.
Today has to be a protest because there's no way
Yeah,
that you're
why
about to
didn't you
walk out.
change?
the
Why
door and
didn't you change?
Yeah,
She
all
roasted
the
your
reasons
ass,
why.
and you decided to say,
I ate breakfast.
next time.
I did show notes. I was just like, okay, whatever. But going forward, I'm trying to cycle it in a little bit more. There's part of me that sort of
Cycle it in.
romanticizes these outfits. I have memories in these
No,
clothes.
Brad, listen,
They're memories.
wait, I get that. Now tell me if I'm crazy here. I know Kyle hates dogs. I'm probably going to sound like
Whoa. Hate is a strong word,
You
brother.
kinda
Using
do.
it
You hate
2025. I don't
dogs.
hate dogs. I just,
you have a
they-
disdain for them.
Nah, I just don't want one.
I love dogs.
I wouldn't go that far, but I think they're nice.
So I grew up with a dog named Maverick, named after Maverick in Top Gun.
Oh, of course.
And of course, right? Classic Brust family type thing. Now, we had a dog bowl that I didn't know existed until I got a dog like 6 years ago. And then 2 years ago, I was at my brother Jonathan's house, and he was like, hey, do you want Maverick's dog bowl? It's like, yeah, I would love Maverick's dog bowl. Like that was like a childhood dog. To anyone who's had a dog means a lot to you. I remember where I was when my dad called me when I was a senior in college, and my dad was crying because he was bringing my dog to be put down. Like, that's like one of those moments where, like, tough.
Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah, no, but like the idea that I would be able to take Maverick's dog bowl and give it to my dog is like, a passing on of like jewelry for humans, Like,
yeah, it's deep right there.
and my fiance got a different bowl for my dog.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
wow.
She's ruining my childhood.
travesty.
Yeah, that's wild.
Am I too sensitive that I was like near tears when I was like,
What'd
what
she do
is
with the
this?
bowl?
What did she do with the bowl? She put it on top of the dog bins that we have the food in, and I have boycotted it. When she feeds the dog, she uses the bowl that she doesn't even feed the dogs. Is the funny thing.
So you have two
She didn't
bowls?
feed the dogs.
You have two bowls that you go back and forth feeding the dogs with?
I mean, I feed 90% of the time, so I just use Maverick's bowl. But I brought it up in front of my family, and my sister was like, oh, that's so mean. I was like, yes, I know. Am I being too sensitive that I'm not?
No, I think what I'm realizing here is that I'm working with two people who are absolute bums who need to be dressed by their significant others.
Wait
And
a minute.
You're
and
owned
also-
by your
and
significant other
also,
more than us.
Strofe, I'm coming to this realization that I work with two beta males as well who don't know how to run a household. That's what I work with. He has no control over his dog bowl, and you have no control over your own wardrobe.
Well, first of all,
Rough.
this is coming from a guy, Kyle Wallace, who wears 15-year-old shirts on the regular. How old is that shirt,
You
Kyle?
can't tell. This shirt is one of the newer ones, probably 2 or 3 years
Well,
old.
it looks 15 years old, I ain't gonna lie.
Because there are a couple of, I remember there's some striped shirts in my
they look
memory
good. They
bank.
look better
That's
than
from
those-
2008.
They look better than those 2 short sweatpants and that shirt that makes your redness on your face match the redness of your shirt. That's what they better than that.
Cody chimes in with the nugget of the day thus far at the Carbless Talk and Text line 800-990-3776. Did Kyle just say you need to be dressed by your significant others when he actually ends up wearing her Green Bay Packers sweaters?
My baby got nice fashion taste when it comes to Packers
And you
gear.
wear those clothes.
I have. I dabbled. I have.
I'd rather be on the side of history of being dressed by my significant other than wearing her clothes.
Yeah,
I'd rather
because this
look
is
good.
also coming from the guy that wore his a gift from his ex's parents.
Hey, why are we bringing up old stuff? That was 2024. Come on now, Brad. Why you gonna
Your great memory, Bad.
Damn, Brad. Why you bringing up old stuff?
Tiptoeing the
She
line
got people
of
listening.
problems.
Dang. Why you do that, Brad? That was strong.
This is a life lesson for you, Kyle. Be complicit to your lady. Be complicit. Lay down on the things that are worth laying down for.
This is crazy.
Be more
I can't
like
believe Brad.
Brad.
You do fight too many battles.
You fight too many battles,
I fight a lot
Kyle.
of battles. Yeah, I fight, but it's not just her. I fought battles with my mama. And looking at this Nike shirt, you know what my mother gave me for Christmas? A Nike shirt. And I said, Mama, I love you, but I got way too many T-shirts. You can take that back.
You did that to your
Excuse
own
me?
mother?
Son,
Yes.
how many Christmas
That's
gifts?
You're an ass.
Hold on. Because this is now the second time this week you've said this.
Yeah,
How many Christmas gifts for you have you had people return this year?
She gave me some jeans, some Hugo Boss jeans.
The lunchbox. She got her a lunchbox, and
That's
he
what I'm
brings
saying.
it in with a plastic bag from a grocery store.
Yeah, yep.
How many Christmas gifts are you either A, not using, or B, having somebody return?
There's at least 3 that I know off the top of my dome ski without thinking about. The lunchbox I refuse to use and still sitting on the counter because we both were kind of in the stalemate of what we're going to do with it. I said, take it back. The Nike shirt my mom bought. I mean, it's a nice shirt, but I said I have enough free shirts. I'm not like Brad taking all the free
all
shirts.
due respect, you suck.
No,
You
no,
suck.
I'm
Kyle,
being,
that's
Forget the all due respect.
That's
I'm
disturbing.
thinking about other, and then she gave me some Hugo Boss jeans, and the jeans my mom got, and bless her heart, she usually does a great job. The jeans have buttons for the zipper, and I'm like, Ma, I don't want buttons for the zipper. That's too much work. And the jeans didn't look good. You know, even my girl said it don't make my butt look good. And so
Butt look big or good?
She said big. She said big. I was gonna try to take it back because she liked the way my hump looked.
Kyle's number one fan is at the Carbless Talking text line, 800-990-3776. Diana McGuanago, what is your message for Kyle Wallace?
Dirty D, Happy New Year, girl.
Hey, same to you. Kyle, that's kind of rude to tell people to take gifts back.
Oh, come on now. No, it's not rude. See, this is the problem with America. Y'all
That's
need to
rude.
understand.
It's
If
your
I-
mother.
It's rude.
If I'm not, she gave me a whole bunch of stuff. Mama Wallace hooked her boy up. Now I got a lot of good stuff. But if I'm not going to use it, I'm not going to wear it. Why would I allow you to waste your money? When you ask me what I want from Christmas, like Alexi, I'm sure asked you, just like I'm sure your girl asked you.
She didn't.
Lexi's
got me
close.
I know what you need.
Oh wow. Well, I said I don't need anything, and so they bought their own stuff. And I said, hey, save your money because I don't want this extra stuff in my house. I'm not going to use.
You suck. You suck.
Imagine
I'm
The
not
Grinch
looking-
who stole
feels.
Christmas.
I'm looking out for them. My mom
No,
now gets
you're
to get
not.
money back
You're being
because I'm not
selfish.
going to have these jeans
She
I'm not
wants
going
to
wear.
show affection and love.
That's
She
selfish.
did
Yeah.
with other stuff, other clothes that I got. I got this nice Lacoste polo that zip up that I'm going to be wearing in a couple weeks. Beautiful, loved it. I got some nice
Let
shirts
me
that
ask this.
make me look
Let me
real
ask this.
good.
I don't mean to get too personal. Do you know your baby girl's love language?
It is it's the one where
Words of affirmation.
Words of
Yeah,
affirmation.
so saying, "Hey, baby girl, this gift sucks. Bring it back." Not very affirmative.
Stuff, you're good. You got me there. Did you know that? Did you know that was good? That was good.
That's really good.
That's good. That's really good.
Because imagine
Shoney
the
gets the words of affirmation
anxiety
today.
of the givers now
Kyle's
going
by far the
forward.
worst
They're going to be shaking
significant other of all
Kyle-
of us.
handing Kyle the gift,
Not a-
wondering if you're going to like it or not. Send it back like soup in a kitchen.
You got to know your significant other. If you know your significant other is a little stubborn,
Sounds
and-
like you know her well.
Sounds
You
like
really
she doesn't know you at all.
No, she knows me. That's why she knew when she gave me the lunch bag. She said, "Oh, open that one." Now, this is what I'm thinking about. You got your new, you got your job.
I can see this.
Your new, you got the new stuff going on with job, and maybe you should have a lunchbox. You don't need to have a bag or anything like that. And I was like, nah, baby, I don't need that. I'm me. I'm an OG. I'm using the plastic bag. I said no, and then she said,
Just give her the W, man.
No,
This is not
Give her
worth
the
fight,
W.
Kyle.
That's not worth the fight.
It's not worth wasting the money on getting something somebody does not want. It is not about what they give you. It's about making sure they give you the gift that works for both of you, right?
you
Don't just
suck.
force something down my throat. No, I'm going to
Kyle
save her
sucks.
$10.
800-990-3776. Would you ever date Kyle? No. Is the only answer.
You have to have a lot of patience.
Lucky for y'all, I'm not into you.
Thanks, Kyle. I think I'm pretty good looking.
That's not why I'm not into you.
Brad, something that you and Lexi can get along with is you are both health conscious, and that is sharing something on the couch while I can see Brad and Lexi snuggling and having like a can in one hand and like giving each other a sip.
Oh, yeah. You guys know how the Nortman household operates. We are sort of, twisting our hands to give one another a sip, just like Ben said. And when it's the final sip, I say, hey, baby, want me to head downstairs, get you another carbless? She says, you don't even need to ask, because it's an always yes. It doesn't matter who you are, whether you're me, you're the first lady of the Nortman estate, Lexi, or so many people out there, a carbless is for you. That's because it has everything that I'm looking for and you are looking for when it comes to a ready-to-drink cocktail. There's a flavor for everyone. Black raspberry, that's a great introductory flavor if you've never had carbless. Try black raspberry, lemon lime, and cranberry is especially good during the winter months, but also classic cocktails like margarita, certainly my favorite, but also Paloma, Mojito, Moscow Mule, such a good Moscow Mule. And then honestly, when it comes to 2025, you want a guilt-free experience. Gluten-free, carb-free, sugar-free. That is what carbless is. Less carbonation and made right here in the great state of Wisconsin. There's so many reasons to love carbless. That's why I bring it along. Whether I'm going to a party, whether I'm enjoying the Nortman estate, out at a local drinking establishment, or watching the game, I always have a carbless next to me. Less is more with carbless.
Well, Brad Nortman called it way before the season. When the Packers were heading to Brazil to play the Philadelphia Eagles, Goody made some comments about not wanting to go play the Eagles on the road. We'll revisit Goody's comments and hear a Brad Nortman prognostication come to fruition next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
He is now off his rocker saying it. Well, if I played...
Choke artists. Choke artists, choke artists, choke artists. That's what you both are. Yeah, I said it. You both are choke artists.
Losers, choke artists.
That's what you are. You
frauds.
choked against
What else are
TCU.
we?
You choked against Oregon. You choked against Kentucky. Y'all choked against Duke. I can keep going.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. Even when you think you know what's going on, you can never be too sure.
What's the matter with my camera? Can you straighten up?
You are in the bottommost corner.
Hold on.
There's nothing wrong with what he's doing.
Packers, nonsense, chaos.
Hey, I didn't come to work to get yelled at today. Any day
Chewy shows up on any camera, not sideways, it's a win.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, mornings 7 to 9 on 94.5 ESPN and available wherever you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
Ready to tackle your home improvement project this winter? Exterior Pros and Baths is here to help you score big with quality home exterior and shower upgrades. As a 5-time President's Club Award winner, Exterior Pros is not playing around. With flexible financing, it's never been easier to invest in your home without breaking the bank. Get started today and save $2,000. Visit extpros.com or call 262-800-4274. That's 262-800-4274. Trust the pros and kick off your home transformation today.
Be the MVP of gift giving with a Milwaukee Bucks gift card. From exhilarating Bucks experiences to unforgettable Fiserv Forum events, your gift card recipient can score tickets to Bucks games and other events through the Ticketmaster box office. Shop exclusive gear at the Bucks Pro Shop or get a favorite snack at Fiserv Forum's concessions. It's a win-win gift that lets them choose their experience. To purchase a gift card, visit bucks.com/gift cards.
Panic strikes as you realize on Wednesday that Thursday is your anniversary. The reservations being secured.
We'll see you at 8.
The gift being purchased. Yeah, you've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with early pay up to 2 days early on direct deposits. So even though they call you Last Minute Lisa, we'll make your last minute scrambling a bit easier. You've got this with early pay from Associated Bank. See associatedbank.com/checking or ask a banker for details. Member FDIC.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
The green and gold and playoff football. Are you going to be ready come game time? HD TVs in every room. Check. Green and gold flag out front. Check. Grill ready to fire up. Check. Chips, dips, cheesehead. Check, check, check. Now the real planning begins. A trip to Discount Liquor to complete your own personal playoff party. Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor. Is beer on the menu? We'll set you up with your favorite or recommend something new. We have over 2,000 to choose from. What about liquor? Our variety is unmatched, as is our selection of wine. So if you want it, we've got it. Discount Liquor is your personal playoff party headquarters. Discount Liquor has everything you need, all at the lowest prices in town. Come see us today at 51st in Oklahoma and Milwaukee, and on Barstow and Main in downtown Waukesha. Open daily 9 to 9 and Sundays 10 to 2.
Discount Liquor.
Winning in the NFL comes down to the basics, blocking and tackling. In retirement, the certainty of protection and income are the keys to success. And as a former NFL player myself, I have experience with both. Hi, I'm Mitch Lyons. Having played on winning teams with the Steelers and Falcons, studying game films helped me mentally prepare for the challenges ahead. Now I star in a new Hollywood documentary called The Retirement Deception to help you visualize and prepare for your fourth quarter of life. You see, you don't retire on your nest egg, but rather the income it can produce. This film shows you exactly how to protect your retirement from stock market drops and produce more income than you thought possible. And it's free for you to view. Call 855-620-1801 right now for your free streaming code to watch The Retirement Deception. Don't risk your retirement savings at the goal line. You don't need to be risky to have a winning strategy. Call today to speak with an all-pro retirement specialist to get your free streaming code to watch The Retirement Deception. Call today. 855-620-1801. That's 855-620-1801. MitchLyonsWealth.com. Your best game plan to protect, grow, and win retirement.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Tim the Trash Man at the Carbless Talking Text Line 800-990-3776. Man, Kyle, you're my boy and all, but you are beyond insensitive. Ain't no way I would tell my wife that I don't want something that she took the time to buy from me. I am surprised she is still there. Get it together, bro.
She gave me some phenomenal gifts that I love. But the problem is this, is when somebody gets you a gift knowing you are going to resist, that's on you. You are taking the risk of having some talk back from me.
Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, who continues to talk himself into the same position he was earlier. Brad Nortman.
I love the gifts from baby girl.
Put the shovel down.
Alex Strofe running the show. UKB Nation 800-990-3776 or on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison and on the Adam Schefter pod. Before the Green Bay Packers played the Eagles Week 1 in Brazil, Goody had some words, and he shared his perspective on going out to Brazil, and Brad Nortman reacted.
It'll be exciting, and it'll be a new experience, but I think, again, we're not in Philadelphia, so that's a good thing.
You're still shaking your head.
I am shaking my head because, look, that Goody saying not once but twice, oh, I'm just thankful we're not in Philly. Oh, I'm just we're happy we're not in Philly. What kind of mindset is that? Look, this goes back to, I think, the Green Bay Packer organization, and this line of reflects it. They're too nice. Too nice. That's the Green Bay Packers. I still stand by that because now you're thinking about, at the time, it was like, oh, well, at least we have to go to Philly, ha, all that kind of stuff. Well, now you do have to go to Philly. So what, are we scared to go to Philadelphia now to go in a playoff game and play the mean Philadelphia Eagles and the mean, city of brotherly love? The Green Bay Packers, we love them because they're nice and because they feel like one of us, because they kind of are. But sometimes, from the top down, I want to hear somebody say, I don't give a damn where we play these guys. I don't care if it's in Philly, Brazil.
We're going to punch their ass in the mouth.
Or Brookfield Central High School. We are going to punch them in the mouth, and it won't even be close because we are going to do that. That's like the mindset of these other teams that impose their will. So I still stand by this. That Goody back then is still reverberating till today because if I was a player, I'm like, okay, well, GM. No, well, now we are going to go to Philly. So what? Are we scared to do that? So I didn't like it then. I especially don't like it now.
To me, it's a little bit reminiscent, and I know Matt LaFleur changed his tune publicly heading to Brazil, but the London fiasco, right? It's sort of the same trickle-down effect from now Goody talking about how not wanting to go to Philly. And sure, I get it. Neutral site, better opportunity for you to get a win. It's the same playing field. It's not a true road game. But what I love about football is it really shows who's the most tough, the most physical, the most willed, the most flexible, the most adaptable. The team that no matter what the situation, they're going to show you in their body of work what they're made of. And it's not that they can't go out to Philly and win. It is just to me, it's just a microcosm of what we've continuously felt from top down.
And look, Goody's not wrong. I would also celebrate internally the fact that you do get to play a very good team at a neutral field and you don't have to go to their area where you're, 99-1 Eagles fans to Packers fans, right? So he is right. but it's about the narrative you want to establish. So the narrative you want to establish, right? And don't say it. You phrase it differently because it's a trickle down to everybody else. Because Ben, as you were saying, football, more than any other sport, or maybe just as much as any other sport, it's about mentality, and it's not necessarily about skill set, but will. And when you have that greater will, and when you have that greater sense of strength and imposing your will, that's an advantage to your team. So I just wish Goody never said it. And now that they are going to Philly, I'm even more upset that he did.
Yeah, real rich coming from a punter, though, right?
Yeah, be tough, guys.
Actually, that's a great example because now that you guys are done inflating this story, this situation, who made that comment again? Who was the one who was doing that back in August?
Brian Gutekunst, who is the figurehead.
He's the general man. He ain't the figurehead. Mark Murphy's the figurehead. He is the general manager.
He's a caricature head.
Sure. His job is to select who is going to be on this roster for this football team. His job ain't to be in the locker room coaching these guys. His job isn't to be on the practice field getting them ready for practice. His job ain't to get them the pregame speech to go out there and play football. He has nothing to do with that, Brad. And Brad, who was the GM when you were in Jacksonville?
David Gettleman.
Okay, so if David Gettleman was saying something in August about having to go to the New England, would you guys be talking about in January? Boy, that David Gettleman, I wish he would have wanted us to go to New England. No, nobody cares what he had to say. It doesn't matter.
It's reflective of the mindset, though. It's reflective of the mindset that's pervasive sometimes that the Green Bay Packers can be too nice.
He was making a joke about the fact that Philly is a tough place to go, but he didn't say, we scared to go to Philly. He just said, hey, if I had to choose a place to play, would I play in Philly or would I play in Brazil? I know when I go to Brazil, there's going to be some more Packer backers saying, "Vi, Packers, Vi," versus all those Philly fans who boo Santa Claus and throw snow at opposing teams when they're mad at him. So I fully understand where he was coming from. He was making a joke. We shouldn't look into this. What this team has showed us in the past and overall as an organization, they can go on the road in tough environments and they can win football games. We saw it last year where they went to Dallas and they beat the Dallas Cowboys on the road, and we saw it last year when they went to San Francisco, a.k.a. I don't know, they play Santa something. Doesn't even matter. But they went on the road and they almost beat the San Francisco 49ers. So I don't care what Goody has to say. I care more about the mentality of Matt LaFleur, the mentality of Jordan Love, the mentality of Josh Jacobs and Xavier McKinney going to this game.
Kyle, you are somebody who's been a part of this organization that we work for. And you're trying to tell me that somebody who's in a leadership position above you, that their words don't trickle down to you and then the people below you?
Not if it was just something they were making a joke about and smiling about.
But he continuously said he's so happy that they're not going to be.
He said it twice. And you know who wouldn't say this? The GMs of the Lions, the Steelers, John Lynch of the 49ers. I mean, there are teams that have toughness embedded in them. And the Packers are good. They're a really good football team. The history speaks for itself. But there's a level of toughness that we've seen glimpses of this year. But they've never been the toughest team in the NFL. Maybe when they win Super Bowls, they are. But most recently, they haven't. So when you say something like this, it's just reflective of maybe there's not the level of toughness that we want out of them. I think these other programs wouldn't say that. The Lions wouldn't say, I'm just glad we don't have to go to Philly. They'd say any place, anywhere, anytime.
Now, I can guarantee you the Green Bay Packers aren't concerned about what the heck Goody said to start the year. What do you want this to be, Major League Baseball, the movie? Remember Major League where they're all mad at the owner of the team and they had to blow? You want them to put Goody up there?
But it's all about messaging. It really is. It's always all about messaging. The first time a head coach walks into a building, the first time an owner or a GM, it's always about the message you're sending to everyone who's doing the job to help get to where you want to be.
Yeah, I just 100% disagree in this sense of the fact that they're not concerned about what their general manager said on some interview back in August. That isn't what the concern is.
So it's not about
you guys
Kyle,
are talking about the mentality of the
what you're talking about right now is I don't think Brad and I are saying that, right now every Green Bay Packer player is listening to what Goody said.
Correct.
But it's indicative of how the organization is run and the identity and the toughness of this team that we've seen through 17 games.
What I don't want us to think is that this is indicative of the Green Bay Packers being a soft organization, because what we know is that they're not a soft organization.
They're nice.
They're a nice organization, but nice organizations still win a lot of football games, right? So maybe you're trying to say this is why they're not going to win a championship. No, they're not winning a championship because they just didn't execute in the moments that matter.
Are the Green Bay Packers closer to tough or soft?
Oh, they're closer to tough than soft. Come on now. They smacked the hell out of a lot of football teams this year. They won 11 football games.
The tough team smacked them right in their face.
Yeah, but Yes, they got
the real tough teams.
They got smacked by some really good football teams, but when you look at it, when you talk about top 10 football teams in the NFL, I'll be happy to put the Packers in the top 10 overall of teams in the NFL this year. They're good. They're a really good football team. So I'm not going to sit here and allow us to say, oh, they're not tough, and allow us to paint this picture of this organization being a soft organization or a nice organization simply because the GM was laughing about something. I get what you guys are trying to say, but not today, my friend. We're not going to paint that picture of my Green Bay Packers.
It was just too folksy, too nice. It's something you say like a family member. Oh, I'm just glad we don't have to go to Philly. He's not wrong, but it's not the venue for it. A national podcast that you know is going to get to players and media, I would rather have something affirmative, something strong, something declarative, and say, okay, the Packers do mean business, and that starts from the top down.
If anything, if you were to say the Packers last week were trying to win the game against the Chicago Bears because they were trying to run away from Philly, then you would have a case. But at this point, hell no.
I got a quick question for you.
I have an answer for you. I can't say
I was going to say, you didn't say quick answer. Do you think the emotion you felt was more about who they lost to or how they lost on Sunday?
Ooh, what a question.
Well, for me overall, it was about how they lost, right? Like losing to the Chicago Bears. Newsflash. We weren't going to beat the Chicago Bears 40 times in a row. That's like impossible to do. We knew it would happen one day, and this was the game where the Packers weren't all in. My issue is about how they lost. The lack of execution at the end. The indecisiveness by our head coach at the end. Those are the things that I think have to be corrected in order for me to have more confidence in this organization, this football team. So it's not so much that they lost to the Chicago Bears. It is the poor execution that we saw on display against the Chicago Bears that I cannot be happy.
Thank you for your quick answer to my quick question.
I gave you
Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, Strophe running the show. Brad, you're going to tell us about Quintessa, and we're going to be joined by Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher coming up soon.
Oh, that's right, because it's 2025. It's a new year. That means a new you, physically at least. And Quintessa Aesthetic Center will be the catalyst to help you get there. I go to the Quintessa in Brookfield. I work with Jess. She is awesome. You will not regret it, because it's not just about hitting the gym, eating better. It's about total wellness. Your optimum self, not just some low-level standard. You want to feel energized, confident, and ready to take on everything 2025 has to offer. And Quintessa Aesthetic Center will help you get there. And now there's no better time to be able to take advantage of Quintessa, because now through March 31st, Quintessa is offering special New Year's packages to help you kickstart your year in the right way. And it could be anything personalized to you, whether it be skincare treatments, hormone therapy, IV therapy, even things like supplements, which I am just loaded up on with Quintessa, or the infrared sauna, even something like skincare, Botox. There are certain things that you can do to make your body feel right, look right, and be your absolute best. It is time to invest in yourself, and there's no better investment vehicle than Quintessa Aesthetic Center. Simple, effective, and tailored to you. That's what you're going to get with Quintessa. So visit them at myquintessa.com and take that step in 2025 to the confident, revitalized you.
Old T, Packers Hall of Famer, host of Willie and Tausch, Mark Tauscher, joins us next.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN.
He was the lead in the girls softball movie, the Bernstein Bears. What's it called?
800
what? Tom Hanks, that movie. There's no crying in baseball. What was it?
That was A League of Their Own.
Yeah. Not Bad News Bears.
The Bernstein Bears, like the
Bernstein Bears. Bro, you're done.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Patients everywhere are experiencing joint pain relief thanks to QC Kinetics regenerative treatments. So how does this non-surgical approach work? QC Kinetics Medical Director Dr. Aaron Wolkoff explains.
It's like when you get a paper cut and the cells that come onto that scene first stop the bleeding, and then it recruits more cells to form new skin and new soft tissue. And then you look down a week later, 2 weeks later, and it's like nothing happened and that paper cut never existed.
In this same way, QC Kinetics uses your natural biologics to help repair and restore aching knees, hips, shoulders, and backs.
We take those same similar cells in different areas that are arthritic, are painful, and we cause this kind of internal self-healing that can resolve patients' pain.
Relief without surgery. See if you're a candidate for QC Kinetics regenerative treatments.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
Progressive knows we all crave validation.
Girl, you are not 37.
I would have guessed 27.
You guys are too sweet.
Sure, dewy skin. Terrific.
Is something wrong, Ned?
Why would you ask? Just because today marks my 10th anniversary without a car accident or even a speeding ticket? But somehow, tonight's all about your skincare.
Wow. With Snapshot from Progressive, you can get a personalized rate based on how you drive. And that's all the validation you need. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Snapshot not available in California or from all agents. Surcharge possible for unsafe driving.
If you've been busy this past holiday season, then it's time to finally focus on you. And that's where Macy's comes in. Come and treat yourself to something great, like rejuvenating skincare routines from Lancome, Estee Lauder, Clinique, Shiseido, Kiehl's, and more of your favorites. With so many great deals at Macy's, you'll be able to pick up a new cleanser and a new serum and a new moisturizer now during our Deals for Great Skin event. So, what are you waiting for? Refresh your routine today at Macy's.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee. Want that mirror finish on your car? You need Z-Gloss by Z-Bart. Z-Gloss is a 3-layer ceramic coating that not only gives your car that mirror finish, it protects it from everything that Mother Nature can throw at it. Visit zbart.com for more information.
The Packers' 11-game winning streak over the Bears is over after a 24-22 loss at Lambeau Field. However, the big story coming out of the game, the health of Jordan Love. The Green Bay starting quarterback left in the second quarter with a right elbow injury. After the game, Love talked about what happened on the play that caused the injury.
I landed on it on the ground, I think. Just kind of pretty much lost all feeling in my hand and pretty much just went numb.
The Packers will be the 7th seed in the NFC playoffs and will visit the number 2 seed Philadelphia Eagles this coming wildcard weekend.
This has been your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee.
Ready for a win? Well, it's your year. At Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee, you can win over $2,000 in free play every month all year long. Just play your favorite games and you might take the stage in the It's Your Year game show. 25 winners each Thursday. There's $300,000 in cash and prizes up for grabs this January. Yeah, we think it's your year. More info at paysbig.com. Must be 21 years old to play.
How much does it cost to talk to Gruber Law Offices after a serious crash? It's free. Yes, free. As in it won't cost you anything to speak with us. Not sure if you have a case? Call our team at Gruber Law Offices today. Your first call and your first consultation are always free. And you'll never pay us a fee until we win your case. If you've been seriously injured, call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Mark Tauscher on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman is brought to you by Fleet Farm. Remember, if Fleet Farm doesn't have it, then you don't need it.
Joining us on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. And again, this song is so great because the season is still unwritten. There's a playoffs. The Packers, Eagles, despite what happened. The Packer Hall of Famer, Mark Tauscher, joins us here on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. What's up, Tausch?
Good afternoon, boys. How are we?
Doing well, doing well. So, old T, you know, you've been really fiery at times, and I like fiery Tausch. Whether it be the Matt LaFleur not being as calm as needed on the sideline, or I guess it was Homer more on the timeout gate of the Chicago Bears game. Do you think it would be of benefit to have a little timeout clock management sensei next to Matt LaFleur so he can just focus on calling plays?
I think he has that. I mean, you're talking about a fully loaded staff with people up in the box, and, you know, the end of the game, I understood what happened there. I think there was, whether or not they had planned the way they needed to, but I don't think they thought they were going to lose yards. And I think they thought they'd get a first down and be able to go. And then there was that indecisiveness of whether or not they could make that kick. So I'm not going to beat him up as bad as Homer did. It obviously was a mistake. And
what about that conversation, though? Brad talked about earlier with us yesterday about you have that conversation after pregame warmups of what the range is for the kicker. The conversation felt like it was 2 minutes, despite it probably only being 10 seconds.
Yes, but you still have to understand, yes, all right, McManus, I'm good from 57, going this way. Yeah, you have those conversations. But you have to think through, all right, what are we going to do here? You want to call the timeout in case you decide you're going to go for it? I understood. It doesn't make it acceptable, but this wasn't as egregious as like Eberflus or some of these other timeout mistakes. It cost you a game, no doubt. they had an idea of what it was, and I think they just got caught assuming they were going to pick up yards and not lose yards and put it in maybe more of a no man's land opportunity to kick than maybe what LaFleur anticipated, and that maybe he panicked a little bit, and hopefully this can be something that he learns from and doesn't have the same mistake happen again.
Tausch, we're going to turn back the clock to August 6th of 2024. Goody was on the Adam Schefter podcast, and he had this to say, and I responded on that same day with this reaction.
It'll be exciting, and it'll be a new experience, but I think, again, we're not in Philadelphia, so that's a good thing.
You're still shaking your head.
I am shaking my head because, look, that Goody saying not once but twice, oh, I'm just thankful we're not in Philly. Oh, we're happy we're not in Philly. What kind of mindset is that? Look, this goes back to, I think, the Green Bay Packer organization, and this line reflects it. They're too nice.
So that was in reference to the Packers playing the Eagles in Brazil, and Goody saying, well, I'm just glad we're not going to Philly. Well, now they are going to Philly. And I doubled down on the comment of, look, I'm not saying that they're necessarily soft, but the Packers can be too nice. I was upset about that comment then. I'm even more upset now that they are going to mean old Philly. Am I making too big a deal about what Goody is saying, that maybe there's a pervasive feeling in the Packer organization that they're just all too nice, which is a great thing, but I don't think the Lions would say something like this publicly.
Brad, I would say you're probably the nicest guy at ESPN Wisconsin. And for you to feel this way, I don't understand what you're upset about. You have to look back at what the mindset was. They didn't want to go to Brazil. They didn't want to make the 8 or 10 hour flight down there. So you have to start looking for positives. This wasn't, oh boy, we're so afraid of Philly. It is an advantage. You want to play to your fans in Brazil. You want to get people to turn out. That was a let's prop this thing up deal. Let's make us feel as good about going after the London debacle. When Matt LaFleur was saying he didn't want to go and all this other stuff, you flipped it. I don't have any problem with Matt LaFleur or with Brian Gutekunst's approach there, because you have to live in the moment. Everything is week to week in this league, and at that point, you got to get your guys excited about going to Sao Paulo, and by doing that, you're accentuating the positives. And the positive is it wasn't going to be as hostile of an environment going down there than if you're playing in Philly. So I like agreeing with you, Brad, but I don't get it seems like a lot of outrage for something that I think, being in that locker room, you understand what Goody was trying to get done there.
Thank you, Tausch.
Yeah, I understand that, and a part of me definitely agrees with you. I just wonder if oftentimes the Packers publicly, and I don't know what's like inside the building. You know more than I do about what's like inside the building, but it just oftentimes plays the nice guy in the NFL. And I love that. That's the reason why they have so many fans and why they're so easy to love in this state. I just wish sometimes someone would come out publicly.
They have more of an edge.
A little bit more of an edge. A little bit more of toughness. Yeah.
You know what, Brad? You're not the first person to say that. If you remember, Mike Daniel's been on our show, and he said this before. There is something, you have to be who you are, and I think part of the great story of being a Green Bay Packer is community owned. All of the stuff that makes Green Bay great. And you lean into that just like Pittsburgh leans into Pittsburgh tough, and Miami leans into not being able to play in the cold. Like, there is always a little bit to that narrative, and you have to go about and reshape that when it's needed. But you're going to be who you are. And I think, Midwest folks are nice. There's nothing wrong with being nice. I don't ever sense that when guys are out on the field, they're worried about how nice they are. It's more, they want to be accommodated. You want to make it fan-friendly. You want all that. But trust me, if they fought hard to not have to go to Brazil, jetways and runways and plane, all the stuff.
That's right. That is right.
So many good narratives from that.
You can sit and pout about that, or you can try to embrace and make it as positive as you can. I think that's the way Green Bay looks at it.
Tausch, everybody's really in panic mode after Sunday's loss to the Chicago Bears. What do you say to fans who think that the Chicago Bears loss is going to be indicative of what the season is going to be, and they have zero chance to win in Philly on
Nobody
Sunday?
said zero chance.
I don't know. It was something I tried to get out in front of it because I sensed this was how it was going to be. And I get it, man. It's a bad loss to a bad team. You kind of half-hearted the whole thing. Who's going to play? And guys get injured. Should we pull them? It was a tough spot from the jump. But you just have to look at this thing big picture. And everybody that knows playoff football is a whole different animal. Philly's favored. They were going to be favored if Green Bay smoked Chicago. The only thing that I think you do wonder about is where's the confidence level of this team going into Philly? And as long as that's strong and they feel like they can win that game, all the other stuff is just kind of, it is what it is. I would have loved to have seen these guys playing better than what they are right now just for that part. But I'm all right with it, and I think you're going to see a team that's hungry and is going to have an opportunity to show what they've seen the last couple weeks isn't what they're all about.
Mark Tauscher, Packer Hall of Famer, joining us here on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. Tausch, you've been married long enough to know how this goes, gift giving.
Oh, boy.
Kyle Wallace got a gift from his
full name
baby girl and said, you know what, baby, I don't want this. Take this back.
Ooh. And mom.
Mom, you got me this. I don't want it.
Equal opportunity man.
Why don't you just take the gift receipt and just go? Why do you have to tell them that the gift sucked?
Well, they didn't offer me a gift receipt, and the one gift sucked. Look, Tausch, for me, the way I look at it as, you gave me something I don't want. We're both adults. You've given me a lot of great gifts. If you give me a gift and I don't want it, instead of it sitting and being cluttered, I should say, hey, go get your money back. So I did that with a lunchbox, and I did that with a Nike T-shirt, and I did that with some Hugo Boss jeans, I guess. I don't know what those were.
Yeah, you're making a mountain out of a molehill. I don't think you need to do that. Just keep the stuff and then take it back and get money. They want to give you something. Now they feel like they didn't do anything, and now they're like, you're an ungrateful jerk.
They gave me stuff. My thing is this. If I ever give you, Brad, if I ever give you, and Ben, you have a wedding coming up. If I give you something where you say, I don't think I need it, keep it, take it back, I'm going to say thank you. I'm going to take it back. That's what I'm going to do. No. I'm going to take it back, get my money back in my pocket.
Well, you're wired differently. That's all right. I just don't understand if you want to be real honest with your mom or whoever, great. I just think you're making something out of something that you didn't probably need to.
Guess what his girlfriend's love language is?
What?
As Strofe pointed out, words of affirmation. He's telling you, I don't want this, take it back.
I tell her I love her all the time. You know what I just realized? My dad tried to give me a flashlight for Christmas as well, and I told him I already got him. I don't need it.
Oh, my God.
I legit just told him that. He was like, I was thinking
what did you say about Kyle earlier? You suck.
Yeah. So would you be all right next year then when nobody gets you anything?
No, they gave me gifts, Tausch, but when you try to give somebody five gifts,
they shouldn't.
Nobody likes your, you don't like your gifts.
No,
why would anyone even get you anything?
They should think of it like baseball. If you're batting 500, 600, 700, you're an incredible person. If they're batting 500, 600 with me with gifts, you're great.
But the issue you're not seeing, Kyle, is they shouldn't even walk up to the plate with you.
Oh, they should. I like their gifts. I just don't like all of them.
Such an ass.
Yeah.
I'm a realist. Y'all should take some from me. You guys should be more like that. Tausch, do you ever get gifts you don't like from your wife?
No.
Good answer.
Good answer. That's answer of a long-time married man.
Yeah. I certainly wouldn't say this is garbage. Take it back with you.
I guess.
What am I, Jason? Jason Wilde? That's what he does.
Hey, well, I like Jason. I love you too, but I like Jason. Me and him are more alike than I thought.
Tausch, have a good practice, okay?
All right, buddy. See you guys.
That's old T getting ready for some hoops practice, and you know what? He's probably, if he went home after work today or did the show from his undisclosed location, he probably was very comfy because there was no draft from his windows. You know what I'm saying, Bradley?
I sure do know what you're saying because Tausch knows what you're saying, too. That's because he's well familiar with Gina Della and Pella Windows and Doors for Wisconsin. And this is the time of year where you really feel what Ben's talking about, right? Drafty, cold, that heat getting out of there.
I feel it right now, and I have an installation date.
That's right.
February 3rd. I can't wait. New windows, new door. I worked with Gina and Joe. They took me through the whole process, helped me figure out how I was going to be more energy efficient, make my home look more beautiful, meet where I was budget-wise, had the financing offers. It literally is all there for you. 855-PELLA-WI or PELLAWI.com and let them know that KBN sent you because Gina is the best. Say
KB la la la.
And she will love it, and you will love the windows and doors from Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Brad Nortman, for those who have missed it, it's been 2 weeks since we've had an Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust. The debut of Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust will be 3 o'clock. It's been 3 weeks since an Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust. Brad Nortman has been suspended. We relive how he screwed up.
Not suspended. Fired.
Replaced. We have a new question asker. We have a new question asker.
Wow.
And Kyle and Strofe, they're not it. More next.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
Oh, no, not Coach Booty. People said yes, good riddance. He didn't do enough.
Not Coach Bud, but Coach Booty.
They call him hey, Booty, Bud? Did
they call him
Coach
Booty?
Bud. You know when I said Booty.
Only his friends call him
when
Booty.
I said
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here, reminding you that a lot of life's firsts are better with help from American Family Insurance, like your first home expansion or your first big lightning strike. There's a first for everything. Get the right home policy at the right price with the right help from American Family's agents. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Whether you're about to graduate high school or have been in the workforce for years, it's time to take control of your future. Welcome to Lakeland University, where you call the shots. We use our flexible learning formats to customize your degree path. In person, online, and virtual classes are all available. Lakeland University is designed around you, your goals, your schedule, your future. You can even earn up to 25% of your degree via paid work experiences. Ready to take control of your future? Let us customize an education to fit your needs. Visit lakeland.edu/ESPN to learn more.
Kevin Moret for Mentality. Guys, most new clients start with just 1/3 the free testosterone they need, and that puts you at an unfair disadvantage. No matter how hard you push yourself, it's an uphill battle. Free testosterone drives everything, your energy, strength, and metabolism, and without it, nothing works. At Mentality, our doctors restore that balance so your body works the way it should. Energy comes back, fat burns off, and you feel like yourself again. Make this year different. Visit mentalityhealth.com/radio for a special New Year offer. That's mentalityhealth.com/radio.
Winning in the NFL comes down to the basics, blocking and tackling. In retirement, the certainty of protection and income are the keys to success. And as a former NFL player myself, I have experience with both. Hi, I'm Mitch Lyons. Having played on winning teams with the Steelers and Falcons, studying game films helped me mentally prepare for the challenges ahead. Now I star in a new Hollywood documentary called The Retirement Deception to help you visualize and prepare for your fourth quarter of life. You see, you don't retire on your nest egg, but rather the income it can produce. This film shows you exactly how to protect your retirement from stock market drops and produce more income than you thought possible. And it's free for you to view. Call 855-620-1801 right now for your free streaming code to watch The Retirement Deception. Don't risk your retirement savings at the goal line. You don't need to be risky to have a winning strategy. Call today to speak with an all-pro retirement specialist to get your free streaming code to watch The Retirement Deception. Call today. 855-620-1801. That's 855-620-1801. MitchLyonsWealth.com. Your best game plan to protect, grow, and win retirement.
It's time for the Marquette Minute on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Wintrust. Get your Golden Eagles essentials by opening Marquette checking from Wintrust today.
Number 8 Marquette used a 26-3 run between the end of the first half and beginning of the second to down Creighton 79-71 at Fiserv Forum. Senior guard Cam Jones scored 15 of his 22 points in the second half to go along with 9 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2 steals. His 7th game this season with 12-plus points, 5-plus assists, and 5-plus rebounds.
Back out Cam Jones. Open three. You bet. Oh, baby.
Oh, I thought he had a layup. It's a good find there.
Welcome back, Cam Jones. We missed you.
Senior guard Stevie Mitchell finished with 18 points, 14 coming in the first half, along with 6 rebounds and 2 assists. His 4th straight game scoring in double digits. The Golden Eagles moved to 13-2 overall and 4-0 in Big East play. They stay home to host Georgetown Tuesday night.
This has been the Marquette Minute on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Wintrust, Wisconsin's bank, and the official bank of Marquette University.
This is Kevin Van Rossum, president of Three Tree Marketing. Send gifts to appreciate anyone, anywhere, anytime with a gift of your choice by using our gifting solutions technology. Our team handles it all, from concepting, site creation, as well as production of branded products. Elevate your brand's connection to its consumers by creating the ultimate gifting experience with us. Make the art of gifting effortless for yourself. At Three Tree Marketing, we chase partners, not orders. Visit threetreemarketing.com to see what we can do for you.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman here with you. KBN Nation at 800-990-3776. That is the Carbless Talk and Text line. Strophe running the show. You can also see our beautiful faces on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. Now, it's been 3 weeks since a Tuesday at 3 o'clock in which we've been able to execute Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust? Strofe, my current record heading into 2025 is what?
26, and 7.
I could have swore I was one above 500.
No, you went back to 500. If you'd like to listen to the proof, I got it.
Yeah, my gaff made it.
Brad Nortman was promoted as we started from Josh DiMaggio and Greg Scalzo as the question asker from Scalzo and Brust to Kyle Brust and Nortman. We gave him a year and 3 months. There was a lot of hiccups. We even have people grading him on the talk and text line, the Carbless talk and text line, and he had a hiccup that was unforgivable. This was Brad Nortman before the new year at Brewtown Trading Co. during Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust?
What part of the cell contains genetic material?
The nucleus.
In the human body.
Oh, that's painful.
Oh, my God, Brad blew it.
To re-listen.
Yes, did he win?
He won by 1. Brad blew it.
Yeah, that's my boy.
The other side note is here.
Back to 500.
What part of the cell contains genetic material?
The nucleus. Kyle was happy to root for me because someone was
Z and the D. What a
dancing
jerk.
on your grave.
What a
part of the
jerk.
cell contains genetic material?
The nucleus.
Brad! Even the way I remember it so vividly at Brewtown Trading Co. The smirk on Ben's face when I messed
What
up.
smirk? I knew that one.
Well, you just knew, like, oh boy, he botched that one. I'm about to nail him. And then that one answer was the difference maker in getting Ben the win.
What part of the cell contains genetic material?
The nucleus.
Man, that got you fired, huh?
I'm haunted by that.
Did you ever recover?
You got hives right now.
I haven't. I mean, this red shirt. This is why Lexi said this red shirt doesn't look good on me because I'm blushing now. I'm angry.
Maybe if you dressed up a little nicer, maybe your mentality would be better. You'd be a better question asker.
I would.
So here's what's going to happen. Brad, you're going to tell us about Carbless, our new sponsor of the ESPN Wisconsin talk and text line. I'm going to leave the room, and then in 2 minutes, we'll be back with the first Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust with the Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust question Cesar?
Oh, no way.
Czar?
Czar. The trivia czar of Milwaukee, yes.
Jackie will be the question asker.
Yeah, and until then, the one thing that I went back to that night to drown my sorrows a little bit was a Carbless. So whether it be I need a moment just to gather myself, like when I messed up on Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust, or I'm celebrating because I'm watching my favorite team, I'm always accompanied by a Carbless. A Carbless is your go-to ready-to-drink cocktail that you've been waiting for, that you've been looking for. One of the best things about New Year's and Christmas, I got to see a bunch of extended family and friends. That means a lot of them got to try Carbless for the first time. And whoa, boy, was it received well. Everyone was saying, gosh, what flavor is this? Hey, what is this? No way this is gluten-free, carb-free, and sugar-free. I said, that's right. It's Carbless. It's guilt-free. They loved the flavors like black raspberry, lemon lime, pineapple, cranberry. Also the classic cocktails like Moscow Mule, Mojito, strawberry margarita. So much love for first-time Carbless drinkers. If you've never tried Carbless, now's the time to do it. Start 2025 with a guilt-free choice when it comes to a premium ready-to-drink cocktail, and that is Carbless. Made right here in the great state of Wisconsin. Carbless. Less is more.
Big opportunity here, KBN Nation. 26, and 7 is the record of Ben Brust. Can we get him back under 500? I'm looking for the brightest. I'm looking for the smartest. I'm looking for the sharpest of KBN Nation. And I need you right now to be caller 15. Caller 15 right now. You play Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust, which is presented by Lakeland University. 800-990-3776. 800-990-ESPN. That is your way into Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust. Caller number 15 on the Carbless talk and text line. 800-990-3776. Caller 15 plays Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust in 2 minutes right here on ESPN Wisconsin.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Kyle Walsh for Universal Windows Direct. Right now, buy 2 windows and get 2 free. There is no limit and no payments for 3 whole years. Restrictions apply. If you already have a price quote, they'll beat it. Schedule your free in-home estimate today.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
Patients everywhere are experiencing joint pain relief thanks to QC Kinetics regenerative treatments. So how does this non-surgical approach work? QC Kinetics Medical Director Dr. Aaron Wolkoff explains.
Is like when you get a paper cut, and the cells that come onto that scene first stop the bleeding, and then it recruits more cells to form new skin and new soft tissue. And then you look down a week later, 2 weeks later, and it's like nothing happened, and that paper cut never existed.
In this same way, QC Kinetics uses your natural biologics to help repair and restore aching knees, hips, shoulders, and backs.
We take those same similar cells in different areas that are arthritic, are painful, and we cause this kind of internal self-healing that can resolve patients' pain.
Relief without surgery. See if you're a candidate for QC Kinetics regenerative treatments.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
Ready for a win? Well, it's your year. At Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee, you could win over $2,000 in free play every month all year long. Just play your favorite games and you might take the stage in the It's Your Year game show. 25 winners each Thursday. There's $300,000 in cash and prizes up for grabs this January. Yeah, we think it's your year. More info at paysbig.com. Must be 21 years old to play.
August 16th, 2024, Elite Media for American Family Insurance at ID YALM4181000. Spot title, Family Radio. 30 seconds, radio full mix.
Life's better with American Family Insurance. Because whether it's a family road trip in your dream car or hosting a family reunion in your dream home, we help you feel protected so you can enjoy those dreams with peace of mind. Save up to 23% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Tune in to KBN every day at 2 o'clock. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN on 94.5 ESPN. The Wisconsin On Demand app and streaming live at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Well, KBN Nation had a good run. Had a good run as the question asker of Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust, presented by Lakeland University. But when you have an unforgivable gaffe, like I did last time, you just get replaced. I feel like Aaron Rodgers on a great run, but throwing an interception to lose out of the playoffs, and I'm replaced by the great Jordan Love. That is the trivia czar right here at Good Karma Brands, Jackie. So without further ado, we're going to keep it rolling because we need Ben Brust to lose to start 2025 with a losing record. And we have Paul in Cascade to take on Ben today. Paul, are you ready to give Ben the first loss of 2025?
I live for these moments.
I like the confidence. And Jackie, are you ready to be the first question asker of 2025? And I officially hand you the reins of Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust? What's your confidence level? How you feeling?
Confidence is high. I think you set the bar low, but the pressure's on.
Oh,
wow. She's
coming
taking
here with
shots. Taking shots at you. Wow.
Well, I mean, if we want to double down on that from the Trivia Czar, you said you handed her the reins?
Yes, that's right. I laid down the reins.
No.
Purposely. I didn't get fired.
Yeah.
I willingly.
No, you didn't. You got fired.
You got fired. The reins were taken from you and handed to Jackie.
I didn't want it anyway.
You didn't ask to go somewhere else, right? You didn't go to your little retreat and come back like Aaron Rodgers from your ayahuasca and darkness retreat and say, you know what? I'm going to pass it to the next generation. You came into work and they told you, boy, that's your last time doing this.
Well, luckily it's in good hands because we have the Trivia Czar Jackie, who is the Milwaukee area trivia MC. You see her all the time at local taverns on trivia night. The Trivia Czar is here because I am now fully and finally suspended for my performances. So, Jackie, it's on you to hand Ben Brust the loss, alongside Paul in Cascade. So, Strophe, should we get it kicked off and let's spin it?
those of you who say Ben Brust is an idiot, here's your chance to be proven right. It's time to play Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust?
That's right, it is Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust, presented by Lakeland University. Here's how you play. 15 questions in 90 seconds to get as many questions correct as you can. You're allowed to say a pass, and we will come back to it if we get through the rest. If you beat Ben, you will win an ESPN Wisconsin prize package. Any questions, Paul?
No, sir.
All right, Jackie, the show is yours. Why don't you when you're ready, give him a 3, 2, 1, and the timer will start, and we are off on Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust in 2025.
Sweet. Alex, you good?
I'm good, Jackie. Let's rock it.
All right, Paul. In 3, 2, 1. In the NATO phonetic alphabet, what word represents the letter S?
Foxtrot.
Receiving a Presidential Medal of Freedom over the weekend, who is the lead singer of U2?
Bono.
What is the powerhouse of the cell?
Pass.
Who wrote Pride and Prejudice?
Jane Austen.
Who was the first emperor of Rome?
Caesar.
What do you call a phrase that reads the same backwards and forwards?
I'll pass. I know it, but I'll get it back to you.
What is the scientific term for the windpipe?
Trachea.
The Cold War was primarily between the U.S. and which country?
Russia or USSR.
What is the boiling point of water in Fahrenheit?
212 degrees.
What ancient structure is located in Giza, Egypt?
Leading Tower of Pisa.
What do plants absorb during photosynthesis?
They absorb carbon dioxide.
In what year did the U.S. land the first man on the moon?
1969.
Which element has the atomic number 1?
Hydrogen.
Who wrote the novel 1984?
George Orwell.
Which scientist is famous for his 3 laws of motion?
Newton. Isaac Newton.
Okay.
I feel like he
Hold
cooked.
on. He cooked, and I see why I got replaced.
Yeah,
I see why I got replaced.
I just found out when I'm listening. I said, "Oh boy, I can't read.
That-
I can't read. I can't read."
Is a heck of a performance from Paul and Cascade to lead off 2025. That is a 10 spot, and he got through all 15.
He was, he was cooking.
Cooking?
He was cooking. I didn't know if it was right or not, but the way he answered, I said, "That sound right. That sound right." But woo!
Jackie, your pace, I can tell that you do this on a semi-professional level. This is impressive.
Every Tuesday at 7 o'clock.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Wow. Ben, there was a reason why I got replaced.
Yeah.
Is she a professional?
She is a pro.
I feel like I
Pretty
need,
good at this.
I need to go back to the 5th grade to learn how to read.
I know. She was so confident.
I love how Jackie is asking the question sitting where Kyle normally sits. Kyle, you and Brad look like the class, and Jackie looks like the teacher.
It's the live studio
Take some
audience.
freaking notes on how to do your job.
Yeah,
Listen.
no, I'm going to just sit back like I always do during this segment. Relax and relax.
This is no different for Kyle.
No,
Sit
not
back,
at all.
relax, and enjoy the show.
It was a treat
Hey, Ben,
to
stop
witness.
stalling. You ready?
I'm tying my shoe.
Hey, it's
Why?
over. You starting the year off 0-1, but, maybe next week.
Well,
Give me a
to
pound
remind
Get
everybody.
out of here.
Come on, show me some love.
If Jackie, I want to roll in this too. So I'm the referee. So if Jackie is the new question asker, which after you experience it, Ben, you realize why she's way better than me, I will remind you on the rules. 15 questions in 90 seconds to get as many answers correct as you can. You're allowed to say pass, and we'll come back to it if we get through the rest. If Paul and Cascade beats you, he's going to win a 20, or not, he's going to win.
You
the
can't even do
Wisconsin
this, Jack.
prize
You got to
package.
learn to do this because he can't even read this part.
I didn't know he was reading this the whole time. I thought he was just going off the top of the dome.
He needs a roll.
No, there's a script, yeah. Can't even do that.
But we changed the gift, so I just want to,
The gift.
Jackie, you can talk as much as you want because these guys can't put together sentences.
It's like we're the peanut gallery here.
Yeah, no, I really
You guys are Bert and Ernie.
Yeah.
I mean, you're reading a script. How hard could it be?
Hey, it's not easy.
Kill ass.
I'm just kidding.
All right,
No,
Jackie.
you're not kidding. You're mean and
shut
vicious.
up. You're just as slow as
All
us.
right,
Yeah, Jackie.
Back on the game. Ben,
Jackie.
you ready?
Yes, Alex, are you ready?
All right, let's go.
Ben?
3, 2, 1.
In the NATO phonetic alphabet, what word represents the letter S?
Pass.
Receiving a Presidential Medal of Freedom Over the weekend, who is the lead singer of U2?
Hell if I know.
Uh-oh.
What is the powerhouse of the cell?
The nucleus.
Who wrote The Pride and Prejudice?
The Pride and the Prejudice?
Yeah. Who wrote it?
I don't know.
Who was the first emperor of Rome?
Marcus Aurelius.
Oh, my God.
Oh, wow.
What do you call a phrase that reads the same backwards and forwards?
A palindrome.
Yeah.
What is the scientific term for the windpipe?
The trachea.
The Cold War was primarily between the U.S. and which country?
The Soviet Union.
What is the boiling point of water in Fahrenheit?
232.
What ancient structure is located in Giza, Egypt?
The pyramids.
What do plants absorb during photosynthesis?
Water.
In what year did the United States land the first man on the moon?
1969.
Which element has the atomic number 1?
Hydrogen.
Who wrote the novel 1984?
Jason Aldean.
All right.
Which scientist is famous for his 3 laws of motion?
Newton.
In the NATO phonetic alphabet, what word represents the letter S?
Alpha, beta. Am I on the right track?
You got a long way to go.
C, D,
Bravo,
E, F,
Tango.
G,
What's before Tango?
H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P.
I don't know.
Well, good afternoon.
Benny, that might be your best score in a loss.
What'd I get?
7.
I went on a hot streak.
Paul and Cascade at a 10 spot.
10?
You got 7 correct.
Yeah,
That's
It
good.
didn't seem like that many.
It did not seem like that many at all.
You got a little hot
Okay,
there.
yeah, yo, watch your sass, Jack.
Yeah. Oh,
Well, did you notice, Jackie, how he tried to take back control by doing the countdown for you for the timer?
Some
Yeah,
mind
I saw
games
that.
over here. Jedi mind tricks.
Don't
Little
let him do that.
mansplaining.
Oh. That's about right. That sounds about right for Benjamin
All right,
Brust.
easy, Kyle.
Yeah, mansplaining.
If Jackie heard all the things that you've done with your significant other, she'd be giving you the business.
Oh, man.
All right, friends.
Well, hang on, Jackie.
We got answers.
We have answers, but if you gave your husband a gift and he said, take it back, what would you say to him?
What?
That's what Kyle did.
5, 6
Multiple
gifts.
times.
I got like 6, 7 gifts. Okay, it was a questionable gift.
You told your partner to take the gifts back?
No, 1 gift. I said I don't need that. You know I don't want.
But he also told his mom to take a gift back and his father to take a gift back.
Sounds like you're ungrateful.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yes,
I'm
Jackie,
grateful.
yes.
They gave me a lot. I'm spoiled. What can I say? I want them to get their money back, Jackie. That's all it is.
Nope, you take it where you can get it. Be spoiled.
Okay,
All right,
you know
let's-
what? Jackie didn't come here to give her opinion. She came here to ask questions. Let's get back to what
I
you're here
like
for.
Jackie's opinions. I'm not going to lie.
All right. You ready?
Yeah, let's go through
So,
the answers.
In the NATO phonetic alphabet, what word represents the letter S? It is Sierra.
Sierra.
No Russell.
Not like the singer.
Was I close on the Tango? Tango's T, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's not S.
I know. I've been watching a lot of 24, and they've been giving like nuclear codes, so I was hoping I'd get that
That's
there.
awesome.
Get it,
That's
though.
awesome,
What a
Ben.
show.
That's really cool.
0 for 1.
All right, question 2. Receiving a Presidential Medal of Freedom over the weekend, who's the lead singer of U2? That is Bono.
Bono!
Who'd you say?
Hell if I know, I believe
Hell
is what
if
I
I
saw.
know.
Oh, great singer.
What is the powerhouse of the cell? That is the mitochondria.
Not the nucleus.
Why are you asking me? I already guessed.
I'm not asking you, I'm judging you.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
Man.
Sorry, that was a little sass.
Oh, no. Keep
No,
the
that's
sass
good.
up.
That's good.
You're
Keep it
doing
up.
that.
Keep it up.
Question 4. Who wrote Pride and Prejudice?
Come on, Benny. You know this one.
You've had this one 10 times.
Margaret Thatcher?
No. Goodness gracious.
No, that was
said
the
we
prime
had it a
minister.
lot.
That
Jane
was the
Austen.
prime minister.
Jane Austen. Is this who Brad killed?
Well, no.
No, Kyle killed.
No,
Kyle killed her.
wait,
She thought
Jane Austen's dead.
Yeah, we
for
thought
200
that,
years.
but we thought that she died recently.
I thought it was Jane Elliott, who I think still is alive.
That's
All
a
right.
lot of misses there.
All right, question 5.
I like how she keeps us on track better than we do.
Question 5. Who is the first emperor of Rome? That is Augustus.
Marcus Aurelius is the guy from Gladiator.
It's the only Roman thing I knew.
Good to know.
Question 6. What do you call a phrase that reads the same backwards and forwards?
He got this one.
Palindrome.
Palindrome.
Had that about
Congratulations.
14 times.
Question
And you're
7.
about 1 for 14.
What is the scientific term for the windpipe? That is the trachea.
I was surprised. How'd you know that?
We had it.
Good job.
Question 8. The Cold War is primarily between the U.S. and which country? That is the Soviet Union.
You swagged on that one. You didn't say
Swag.
Russia.
This is
You
I
said
know, I
Soviet
swagged.
Union. Yeah, you still lost.
Question 9. The boiling point of water in Fahrenheit, that is 212 degrees.
Dang!
A little bit hot.
And then 10. The ancient structures located in Giza, Egypt. Not the Leaning Tower of Pisa, which Paul and Cascade said. It is the pyramids.
Okay, good job, Ben. Good job.
Question 11. Plants absorb during photosynthesis, that is carbon dioxide.
But they also
Not
probably
water.
absorb water at some point, Ben, right?
Through their roots.
Yo, shut up.
I'm trying to make you sound a little smarter.
Not working.
True friend. In what year did the U.S. land the first man on the moon? That is 1969. The element with the atomic number 1, it is hydrogen. It was George Orwell who wrote 1984. And then the scientist who was famous for the 3 laws of motion, that is Isaac Newton.
Sir Isaac.
You did pretty well at the end.
Yeah,
the
you went on a
fun
run.
part was, though, he got the first 5 wrong, so mathematically he could have tied it best.
Oh, was that the fun part, Stroh?
I knew it was over before it even began.
Well, I wonder what the odds were at Potawatomi Casino Hotel for Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust today. Paul and Cascade with the 10 spot, Ben Brust with the 7. But what you need to do is go enjoy that 2,000 square foot video wall, seating for over 200, the restaurant known as The Kitchen. You can use your rewards card to get rewards points when you place bets. Now, I'm telling you, if you feel like Kyle does, the Packers are dogs. You can go in there and get some value on the Packers to win the game. You can take the points. There's options for you. Paysbig.com/sportsbook to build your bets. 20-minute reserve parking spaces for you to go in and out. Potawatomi Sportsbook. Bet big, bet bold, build your bets, and bet above the rest. Jackie, our questions are...
Well done, Jack.
You're 1-0 against Ben.
What a start. What a
How do you feel?
Feels great, guys.
Yeah.
Excited to be back here next week.
It's that
Let's
seat.
do it.
Think so?
What is it?
That seat.
Oh, it's the seat? No, it's the
Yeah,
seat.
give her some credit, Kyle.
Kyle, you should stay there the rest of the show.
Absolutely not. I don't like being over
imagine?
here. I don't like it.
Sandwiched in between Ben and Brad.
Yeah, nah, I don't like it. Mm-mm.
We're all a little
Will Sunday's loss end up being the wake-up call for the Green Bay Packers? What do you think, Kyle?
Ring-a-ding-ding. Get up.
What?
My alarm clock does. My alarm clock goes ring-a-ding-ding.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Milwaukee County, you need to shovel the pathway to the lake, okay? I had to step through snow in order to get to the lake.
I think Kyle's the Karen of the show.
I think
he's high maintenance, for sure.
I think Kyle pays taxes in the county of Milwaukee that just went up, so I expect for this stuff to be piled.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Standard traffic right now, just a little bit of a backup along westbound 94 through the stadium interchange. Southbound on 41, just some pockets of traffic from Silver Spring down past Capitol Drive. Other than that, we're looking pretty good. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight. Partly cloudy, a low of 13. Tomorrow, sun and clouds, a few flurries with a high of 22. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga, 94.5 ESPN.
The best source for every piece of NFL news you need to know.
That's the idea of a deal. Each side gets wins, right? They have Jordan Love under contract for the next 5 years.
ESPN NFL insider Adam Schefter is on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy every Wednesday morning at 7:30. Sponsored by Island Resort and Casino.
I think Packers fans would sign up for 12-5 today, and maybe they will be.
Right here on 94.5 ESPN and also streaming live on the Wisconsin On Demand app and at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Confidence and strength begin with how you feel. At Quintessa Aesthetic Center, it is not about just looking good. It's about results that last and empower you. With 5 convenient locations in Delafield, Mequon, Brookfield, Middleton, and Sheboygan, their team of world-class plastic surgeons, skilled clinicians, and expert estheticians are here to help you take control. Whether it's advanced skincare, anti-aging treatments, body contouring, or muscle strengthening, Quintessa has everything you need to sharpen your image and boost your confidence. Take the first step towards a stronger, more confident you. Visit myquintessa.com today.
Join the roar of 18,000 Bucks fans at Fiserv Forum and be a part of the slam dunks, game-changing plays, and electrifying victories live. Witness the edge-of-your-seat action and unforgettable moments as they happen. You don't want to miss this. Grab your calendar, handpick your favorite matchups, and secure your seats for Dame time in Milwaukee and every incredible moment that comes next at Bucks.com/tickets. That's Bucks.com/tickets.
Whether you're about to graduate high school or have been in the workforce for years, it's time to take control of your future. Welcome to Lakeland University, where you call the shots. We use our flexible learning formats to customize your degree path. In-person, online, and virtual classes are all available. Lakeland University is designed around you, your goals, your schedule, your future. You can even earn up to 25% of your degree via paid work experiences. Ready to take control of your future? Let us customize an education to fit your needs. Visit lakeland.edu/ESPN to learn more.
It's a Marquette game day.
Down to 45 seconds in the corner. Joplin, he'll try a three. Holla at your boy again.
Tonight, it's the number 7 Golden Eagles hosting Georgetown. Our game day coverage gets started at 6 with Brian D. and Marquette College Game Day. Gabe Neitzel has the Marquette Sports Network pregame show starting at 6:30, followed by Homer and Marquette Hall of Famer Tony Smith on the call at 7 o'clock. 94.5 ESPN is your official home for Marquette basketball. We are Marquette.
Life's busy, and Quick Trip gets it. Whether you're grabbing fresh coffee, a bakery treat, or a quick meal, Quick Trip is your go-to for quality and fast service. From clean restrooms to fresh groceries, easy meal options, and guaranteed fuel, we make your day easier. Plus, enjoy perks like free ATMs, free air for your tires, and sweet rewards with the Quick Rewards program. Everything you need in one stop, and always a friendly, see you next time, Quick Trip, where your day gets easier and better.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
0-1 to start 2025, and are you smarter than Ben Brust? Shout out to Jackie, the question czar, who will be taking the place of Bradley, who can't read, and Kyle, who can't read.
Yeah, Bradford is officially put to rest. Wild.
Happens to the best of us. 800-990-3776 is the Carbless Talking text line. Now, Kyle, yesterday you got your grievances off your chest about Sunday's debacle late, especially defensively and decision-making and time management. But can Sunday end up being a positive for this Packer team?
Yeah, the way I look at this, after doing some evaluating and some thinking and some reading, right, and listening yesterday when Jason Wilde joined us.
Evaluating, listening, reading.
Yeah, and
reading.
Yeah, reading. Reading articles, hearing different articles. I mean, reading different press, releases and not press releases.
What did you read?
Press conference. What did you read? Press conference.
You're
quotes.
reading transcripts from the press conferences?
I'm reading quotes, right, and I'm gathering information
headlines. You're reading headlines.
No, quotes. There's quotes.
You have lost all credibility heading into the segment.
No, I know there's no credibility lost whatsoever, but this is the key thing that I took away from this is that when you talk about a football team that lost, what we said this yesterday, right, is the locker room seemed to be a little upset, right? Jason Wilde talked about how Xavier McKinney and Rashawn Gary kind of, after Matt LaFleur was done, also had some strong worded comments for the football team to try to encourage them. This was a little bit of a wake-up call for them. And then I read about some of the words that Matt LaFleur had to say to describe exactly how he was feeling a day after the game, right? And I heard some things that actually made me excited because we all knew.
Did you hear it or read it?
I read it, okay? I read it. But we all felt after Sunday's game, the Packers have to respond in some type of way, right? Either they're going to respond by showing that they're not good enough or they're going to respond and show we are a hell of a football team. And based off the fact that Matt LaFleur actually took some accountability, I like the way this is going, right? I believe this team just got a wake-up call from losing to the Chicago Bears because when you hear your head football coach, the leader of your football team, sitting there and not making any excuses for what happened on Sunday, when he's talking about the fact that we need to own up to our mistakes, when he's talking about the fact that we need to face the music, right? When he's talking about look at themselves critically and make necessary corrections and changes, that is the mentality I want to see because the Green Bay Packers going. No, you can say, oh gosh, all you want, but the Green Bay Packers going into the game against the Chicago Bears, they were in and 1 foot in. What you say, hokey pokey yesterday? They were hokey pokey.
Put your right foot in, you take your right foot out.
They were hokey pokey and they were indecisive going into that game on Sunday because they felt like regardless of what we do, we're going to win this football game, right? They weren't focused on winning the football game. They were focused on making the right decision for people's health. So knowing that the Green Bay Packers need to take a step back and say, we're not as good as we think we are, and they didn't get hit in the mouth, but they lost a football game that they felt like they could win regardless of what they did, I'm excited because I believe that this is the wake-up call the team needed to refocus themselves and realign themselves to get ready for the playoff run that they need to make in order to win a Super Bowl. So overall, Sunday's game, yes, the loss sucked, but it was a necessary wake-up call so they understand they must be better, they must reevaluate in order to execute at a higher level on Sunday against a very good Eagles team. So yes, this was a much-needed wake-up call. So I'm glad we took that L because now the boys ain't going to be thinking that they stuff don't stink.
And that's what it's all about.
Ding, ding.
Brad, I'd like to hear what you're thinking, but all I see is Kyle literally reading quotes from Matt LaFleur and saying they need to reevaluate. If you're reevaluating in week 18 heading into a playoff game against the number 2 seed who is playing their best football of the year, not good. Last year, different scenario. The Packers weren't reevaluating, they were ascending. It's hard to reevaluate and then put a better product on the field than what you've seen through 17 games.
Yeah, guys, we are, it really comes down to what the dynamic of the locker room is, right? Because, Kyle, you're right. There is a scenario where you go through conflict, which the Packers went through on Sunday, losing to the Bears. That is conflict. And emotions and tensions rise to the surface. But if they've got good relationships in the locker room, if they trust one another, if they like one another, if they have a common goal and a common viewpoint of something bigger than themselves, then something like that can be a good thing to actually bring you closer together. But if it's not, and there's a general distrust and they don't like each other and there's not good vibes, and you've got people with different agendas, it can be a symptom of something that's worse going on. It's almost like we are all in committed relationships to a certain degree, right? And I know with me and Lexi, we're either totally in rhythm, and that's when things are best, or things are also really, really good after an argument that there's resolution and we get back into it. Now, there is a moment where if we have argument and we have resolution, boy, we snap back into things. Good relationships do that. Now, think about all your bad relationships. Your bad relationships, you get in a fight, and you come out of it way worse than before.
Hey.
There's no coming back from it, and it ends in a breakup. So here's what I need to know about the Packers, and we won't know until Sunday. Is this a healthy relationship inside the locker room, or is it a toxic relationship inside the locker room? I think it's healthy, therefore I think it will help them. But we don't know until they actually respond together on Sunday.
Joe chiming in on YouTube in response to Kyle. So the culture of this team is round one for the playoff. It's round one of the playoffs, and that's what we're talking about. Basics, fundamentals, pad level, locker room speeches, kind of late for all of that. Then on Kyle, this man could be a motivational speaker at a funeral.
Oh, wow. I would motivate people to remember their loved one. Because this ain't no funeral happening on Sunday. Ain't no funeral. And I think Brad made a great point there. I love the analogy that you gave talking about when good relationships, when you have arguments.
I need you here. I want to know where you're at.
Strove, let them know.
Like, win or loss. That's all I'm asking for. Do they win or do they lose?
I woke up on the right side of the bed today, so I am currently in wearing my green and gold colored glasses. I think they're going to find a way to win on Sunday. I think,
but you are admitting right now to start there, bud, that you're wearing the glasses. Take them off.
Well, I mean, I will. I'm not saying this is the come to Jesus moment for Green Bay by any means, right? The locker room discussion that was had in Week 18, but I think this is still a hey, we're young, we're going to make mistakes, but we're a really damn good football team. And everybody's going to pick against us. Nobody believes in us. We did this last year. Remember the phrase we kept using last year? House money? Here we are. House money, baby, going to Philadelphia.
Yeah,
I like their chances this week.
And I'm very interested to see this
smirk.
I'm interested to see this football team respond. Not only
I can't believe you let me bud you, by the way.
You said bud?
I budded you.
I missed it.
I said, take your green and gold glasses off, bud.
I'm going to knock you over, bud.
Don't worry about what he has to say.
I love when he threatens me with violence. It's like a pillow.
But also, I think something that really hit this team at home, right? Hit them at home is the fact that
hit him in the heart.
Hit him in the heart. Your heart. Hit home with them. That's what I meant to say. But what really hit home with them is the fact that they have not lost back-to-back games this entire season, right?
Until now.
This is the first time that they did. So it's one thing to lose to the Lions, and it's one thing to lose to the Vikings or the Bears, but it's another thing to lose back-to-back football games. So that's why the frustration boiled over, because they had not been in a situation this entire season where they lost back-to-back football games. Where my belief comes from is the fact that I know this is a talented football team, and I know they have something in them to respond. I have no doubt in my mind that Sunday's game is going to be a hell of a football game because I know there's a great football team with the Green Bay Packers and a great football team with the Eagles. And when they mash and they hit each other, it's going to make fireworks, man. It's going to be a really good football game because I trust and believe in Matt LaFleur, Jordan Love, and this overall organization that they're going to go out there and they're going to give Philadelphia everything that they got.
Well, and that is the mouthpiece of the Green Bay Packers, Kyle Wallace. We turn it over to the former NFL player, Brad Nortman.
Well, and like to keep the relationship analogy going, right? You have to have somebody in the fight, in the relationship, be the person to say, come here, baby. Come here. Like, we're going to make up.
Sounds like you're that person.
Yeah. Like, hey, baby, I don't want to fight. Come on now. And the question is, who is that? Who is that for the Green Bay Packers? Is that Matt LaFleur? Is that Jordan Love? They seem to have the disposition to be able to be seeking generally positive vibes in the locker room. Not necessarily
100%.
like someone like Rodgers who might be divisive or judgmental. It seems like those are guys that want to keep good vibes going. So you'd think that there would be a quick reconciliation and be able to create a healthy environment to where a loss can help them. The question is, Matt LaFleur, what a pull. What a pull right there. There's nothing like... I'm not going to say it.
You got to say it now.
He ain't nothing like that healing. That's what he's talking about.
That's right. It's just some
Something
kind
about
of
saying,
healing
come
right
here,
there.
baby. Let's figure this out.
Brad is lost.
Sometimes those are the best.
Listen to your wife.
He's red as the shirt.
Red does not go with your skin tone.
I've become my shirt. Sometimes that's the best relations you have, boys. And that could be Sunday for the Green Bay Packers, is the post-fight relation.
Brad is absolutely done right now. He's cooked.
I just thought
Tell me I didn't just cook, though, on this topic.
You did just cook on the topic, and Ben is just moving in the fact that he's a hater. That's what it comes down to.
I love it.
It's Ben,
I love it.
Ben jumps on the bandwagon. He buys the beads. He's, I love this football team. And as soon as it gets rocky, as soon as it looks a little murky, as soon as the Green Bay Packers aren't in rhythm working together, he jumps off the ship. He starts using the Matty Mouse voice. He wants to trade in.
I love how you act like I'm the only one. Our fans are using Matty Mouse. You're just in denial and you only see through your blind eyes.
I'm not in denial whatsoever. I know what this football team is made of. Now, again, are they the underdogs on Sunday? Yes. Are they going to be playing with house money now with this playoff run? Absolutely.
Brad,
but like we said, there's an opportunity for the Green Bay Packers to win.
I haven't seen a tomato as red as you.
Yeah. You start talking about Lexi and Zellick. I get all nervous.
And speaking of, I need to tell us about sleeper picks.
Oh, that's right. Sleeper picks. Now that right there is your go-to app that you're going to be able to play and have more or less on any given player for the NFL playoffs. I know for me, I'm watching the Packer game, but I'm also watching all the rest of the games where I can download the Sleeper app and be able to pick more or less for at least two players on their projected stats. And if you are right, you can win up to 100 times your cash. That's 100 times your cash. And for a limited time, Sleeper has a special offer. New users have to play just $5, just a $5 play, and you'll receive $55 in free entries. Here's how you play. Here's how you get it. Download the Sleeper app today and use code BRAD. That's B-R-A-D. That's my name. Feel free to wear it out. And you'll get $55 in free entries when you pay and play just $5. That's code BRAD, B-R-A-D, in the Sleeper app. Have a little fun and enjoy the NFL playoffs with Sleeper. You must be 18 years or older. Promo code location and other restrictions apply. Minimum deposit $25. See terms for use for details. Please play responsibly. Call 1-800-426-2537 for help.
Alex Strope's time to shine and becoming relevant. Next on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Yuck.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
If I was as tall and as talented as you, if I could shoot as well as you could, both them teams would have won. Because you know what? You did a fake punch, you said, in the Rose Bowl.
Yeah.
And I would have did fake point. I would have took it to the house. I would have scored a dang touchdown.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Westbound 94 backing up from about 27th Street all the way to about Mitchell Boulevard. Southbound 41 getting a bit heavier now from just before Silver Spring, slowing down all the way past Capitol Drive. And check the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight. Partly cloudy, a low of 13. Tomorrow, sun, clouds, few flurries with a high of 22. Weather's brought to you by National Liquor Mart at 16th and National in Milwaukee. Packed with the best beer, liquor, seltzer, and spirit deals in town. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, where your satisfaction is their plan of action. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
There's only one store that gives you every possible choice in diamonds.
Welcome to Kessler's.
Hey, it's ESPN Milwaukee's Kyle Walls for Universal Windows Direct. Universal Windows Direct is offering an amazing deal right now. Buy 2 windows, get 2 free. That's right. For every 2 windows you buy, you'll get 2 more absolutely free with no limit and 36 months of no interest financing. Plus, if you've already received a quote from another company, bring it to Universal Windows Direct and they'll beat it. Schedule your free in-home estimate today or visit universalwindowsdirect.com, and like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
Hey, this is Brad Nortman, here to tell you about my friends at Bank 5-9. Everywhere I go throughout the area, I see Bank 5-9, and it's no wonder why. Not only do they have 14 branch locations, but their employees spend nearly 9,000 hours each year volunteering in the communities that they serve. That's on top of the financial support that they provide to several hundred nonprofits right here in southeastern Wisconsin. If you're looking for a true local community bank, check them out today at bank59.com. Member FDIC.
This is Monster Jam. Big air, backflips, and all-out racing. Monster Jam. As big as it gets. The fun begins at the pit party, where you can meet the drivers, get autographs, take pictures, and see the trucks up close. Get your pit party pass at monsterjam.com today. Must have valid event ticket to enter pit party. Restrictions may apply. Rules and activities are subject to change. Visit website for event details. Coming to Fiserv Forum for 3 huge events January 10th through 11th.
Do you want to have more fun watching the NFL playoffs? Try playing Sleeper Picks. Just download the Sleeper app today and pick more or less on at least 2 players' projected stats. You can win up to 100 times your cash. For a limited time, Sleeper has a special offer. New users have to just play $5 and they'll receive $55 in free entries. Just download the Sleeper app today and use code BRAD, B-R-A-D. Must be 18 years or older. Promo code, location, and other restrictions apply. Minimum deposit $25. See terms of use for details. Please play responsibly. Call 1-800-426-2537 for help.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. So how about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
If only life had a remote control, you could pause or rewind. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, still sweating, still red over there.
Heart's beating.
Alex Strofe running the show. KBN Nation at the Carbless Talking text line 800-990-3776. And we're losing Strofe back there, so let's get to becoming relevant.
A Mr. Irrelevant. It's time to become relevant. Strofe's time to shine on KBN starts now.
Let's get it on. Breaking news the last half an hour or so since we've been on the air, fellas. The Raiders are the newest opening for head coach in the NFL after 1 full season as the head coach. Antonio Pierce has been let go by the Las Vegas Raiders. That might be the worst job available.
No doubt.
I'm trying to think of the other ones. Yeah, that's probably bottom of the barrel, man.
If he QB draft, like
impulsive owner. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Like, would it be? I mean, at least the Jets have a defense.
Or what was a defense that was supposed to be good.
Yeah, this job sucks. I mean, New England, you just know that you have a quarterback and a culture, or from an ownership group. Jacksonville, you know that you have a great quarterback. The Jets, like you said, a great defense. Who else is available?
New England.
I already said that. New Orleans. New Orleans one is, I don't know. I don't know what to think.
That's
of New
not
Orleans.
a great gig.
Yeah,
Let's just say
the Raiders have the 6th pick, so
for all the stuff that you can be negative about the Green Bay Packers in their approach, the consistency is better than this conversation.
Yeah. Shout out to these players now, man. These players getting fired. So Gerard Mayo, now you see Antonio Pierce. Mike Vrabel will land on his feet this year, I'm assuming. But yeah, these players having a tough go-round.
They sure are. They sure are. How about, speaking of players having a tough go-around, Tyreek Hill of the Miami Dolphins pretty much saying, peace, I'm out of here.
Why is that a tough go-round? That's just being a boss and saying, I'm out, my value is high.
Well, I know a team that could use a number one receiver with some speed after their speedster tore his ACL recently.
Nah. I've seen the way he plays in the
Tyreek Hill to the Packers. Any interest?
Maybe when he was in Kansas City. We don't have the leadership to be able to keep him tame. The fact that he cut
You don't think Jordan Love is strong enough leader to be able to?
Hell no. The way he cut it, when he cut his face off and put it in Antonio Brown.
Not just no. Hell
no.
No. That he got.
Is that more about Tyreek Hill or Jordan Love?
It's more about Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill is going through his crazy phase. I don't want nothing to do.
She'll think he's working his way toward Antonio Brown.
On the hot crazy scale, there's the danger zone where they're a 10 hot and a 10 crazy. I think Tyreek Hill might be in that danger zone.
He thinks what Antonio Brown did was cute. That man quit on his football team. Heck, no, I don't want nothing to do with this guy.
He is like the second coming of Antonio Brown. Just all pro, like literally no better receiver for a couple of years. But the descent is just so bizarre. Here's what I don't get. The dude wanted out of Kansas City, a perennial winner, and he goes to an organization that doesn't win, and he's upset. Doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, and this is how I know he's crazy. This is a little personal, but anytime you... never mind.
All right, he's got what, 12 quid?
He got he had a wife and he had another woman pregnant. He was on TV talking about how he loved his wife, but he got another baby mama. I'm like, dog, what? This man is insane. He's crazy. He's crazy. I know. I don't know.
So Kyle's out on Tyreek Hill for the Packers.
Off the field, on the field. His
I don't think
personality.
he's not the Packer mold.
Nah, yes,
quote
right.
unquote.
So how the hell did the Eagles fans get into YouTube?
Does Tyreek Hill have a little bit of Nick Cannon in him?
Yeah.
What's Nick Cannon?
Oh, Bradley.
Oh boy.
Are you serious, Brad?
Let's dive down this rabbit
Nick
hole,
Cannon,
shall we?
Nick Cannon, like the
Wild 'N Out, Drumline.
Mariah Carey's ex-husband.
Yeah, he's an outstanding citizen.
Yeah, he is an outstanding citizen, and he's repopulating the world.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
He comes off as like the just.
Guess how many kids?
Nick Cannon. Yeah, guess how many kids?
6?
Higher.
Times 2.
No.
Plus 1, maybe.
No, times 2. Yeah, he's got 12.
12?
How many baby mamas?
7?
I think
6.
6.
12
But he
kids,
take care
6
of all of them. There's all in agreement.
How does he have the money to take care of that?
Yeah, he's a millionaire, multi-millionaire.
Yeah, but that's
I mean, Wild 'N Out was pretty successful.
Is he getting royalties from that?
It's still on, I think.
I think like MTV2 still exists.
Hit the KBN Sports Desk. Adam Schefter at about 1:36 today. Dolphins leadership cleared the air with Tyreek Hill and said the wide receiver did not request a trade.
Oh, there you go.
This is what Kyle's talking about.
Told y'all, I don't want this.
He's out. He's in. He's out. He's in.
Hokey pokey.
Next. Next.
Oh my God.
Jimmy Butler. Speaking of South Florida, requesting a trade. We haven't talked about this yet. You want Jimmy Butler on the Bucks? Would you trade Chris Middleton?
Apparently, Chris Haynes said like the Bucks aren't.
They're not.
I would love it.
If you can trade Middleton, for sure.
I might also have to trade like Bobby.
You know what Jimmy
or Brooke.
Butler is? Although he may have some cancerous tendencies, like everywhere he's kind of gone, it's kind of like ended.
At the end of it, yeah, it's crazy.
But the man competes.
Yeah, he does.
When he is a dog on the floor. And you know what the Bucks are missing? dogs outside of Giannis.
Yeah, the problem is, Ben, what did you say about this team? They are old.
No,
this man's
no,
old
they're the
too.
old wise men. They're the old souls.
No,
You said they old. No, they're the old souls, the old wise man.
Trading Chris Middleton for Jimmy Butler makes the team older. So, how much?
Is that
Jimmy
true? Is Jimmy that old?
Jimmy's 35 years old.
Damn, Jimmy was older. Damn, he is old.
Yeah, Jimmy's old. 34,
I think he was there my
35.
freshman year. He's a
He's
senior.
35. Chris Middleton's 33.
Yeah, but Jimmy Butler plays younger than Chris Middleton.
Yeah, he's a baller, but I just don't want him. He'll come. Him and Giannis, I don't know how long they will last. And he wants to get paid.
2-year rental.
It's
This
not 2 years.
season
He's gone after this
he's
season.
gone?
He wants to get paid. That's why he's trying to leave now.
and they obviously don't have the room for that.
Or the capital.
Right. That last thing for you fellas today, National Bobblehead Day. Number one, this is specifically for Ben and Brad. I know me and Kyle's answered. Do either of you own a bobblehead of yourself?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Lexi got one made for me one Christmas.
That's lame. Sorry, Lexi.
Relax.
Dang.
She had to send in like 3 pictures of me from like different like camera angles. I didn't know.
Here's why it's lame. He played in the NFL.
He's a punter. They're not
I know,
punter
but like,
bobbleheads.
I thought they made like every player's bobblehead. She's like, I'll scoop that up.
Not making me and JJ Jansen long snapper for the Carolina Panthers. They
Did
should.
his wife also make him one?
No, she did not.
Specialist
Not that I know
Christmas
of.
gifts from the wives.
It's a wonderful bobblehead. It looks just like me. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. It's wonderful. Good for you.
Kyle,
look
you
great.
own any bobbleheads?
Do I own?
That's the question.
I do. I have the Jackson Churio bobblehead in my basement.
Just one.
I may have another one. I don't know. That's the one I noticed, though.
That one free?
Yeah, it was free. I've never purchased a bobblehead in my life. I'm not a big fan of them. Nor would I want it for. That would have been a Christmas. I probably would have kept that Christmas gift. I wouldn't have said take it back.
So the pizza delivery guy in the office, a.k.a. Shane the Pizza Mule, dropped off a couple of slips for me, and that is Palermo's pizza slips.
Where was I?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you're never here, number one.
That's
so
true.
What's the excuse for me?
He doesn't like you. But I'll take care of you guys like I always do. With Palermo's Pizza, the Urban Pie Pizza, delicious. But you got the Screamin' Sicilian, thin and crispy, tavern style, stuffed crust cheese, the OG Screamins. We had frozen pizza Friday at in St. Louis when we were down there. And then when we had somebody watch our daughter when we went to a wedding, guess what we left her? Palermo's Pizza, and she was the happiest person in the entire world. Bottle of wine, Palermo's Pizza. It was like, oh, it's heaven. Anytime you're in a pinch, don't want to cook done and clean, and you want something delicious, it's Palermo's Pizza. Find it in your local grocer's freezer.
You didn't re-gift the bottle of wine I gave you, did you?
No. She doesn't like rosé or sweet wine. Why you?
So what are you
Why
gonna
you? What I do with your gift is my business.
No.
All right, I got a story.
You should have asked him to take it back.
I got a story. I did re-gift Kyle's wine.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
You throw hands?
Do I throw hands?
With T.O.
Will I? I throw hands with Andre the Giant, man.
I love you, Lou. That's Lewis from the north side. The north side always knows.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. Even when you think you know what's going on, you can never be too sure.
Really? 7 losses in a row? Last in the Horizon League, Doug? Spend less time on social media and more in the gym.
Packers, nonsense, chaos.
That's the whole thing, Jen. I do have that in me, and I never, ever bar back. But I'm like, this is over the top, and if you want to come at me, I'm going to come at you.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, mornings 7 to 9 on 94.5 ESPN and available wherever you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand. Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank, your hometown bank. Tri-City National Bank offers a full suite of personal and business banking products at 28 convenient locations. Open your account today at the community bank that was voted Milwaukee's best bank. Learn more at tcnb.com.
The Packers will be without wide receiver Christian Watson for the remainder of the playoffs and possibly to start next season after suffering a torn ACL in the loss to the Chicago Bears. Watson had 29 catches for 620 yards and 2 touchdowns and was the team's best deep threat, averaging 21.4 yards per catch. Head coach Matt LaFleur says it's a big blow to the team heading into this weekend's wild card matchup against the Eagles.
Yeah, it's a big-time loss. Just his presence on the field alone. Obviously, he's got an element in terms of his size and speed that's tough to replicate.
This has been your Green and Gold Fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank.
Family's bigger? Out of space? We can help you find a new place. Just make Tri-City your first call. We're here to help, loan large or small. Tri-City National Bank, equal housing lender, NMLS 433891.
It started with a prediction.
We'll go out there and play basketball and win.
And how many games?
6.
It became the culture.
Chance of Bucks in 6.
Being a Bucks fan means you live and breathe Bucks in 6. Brandon Jennings created the prophecy. Tune into Behind the Bucks, the story of Brandon Jennings on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, and streaming wherever you get your podcasts.
That's for the culture.
Stay up to date on the Green and Gold all season. The Green and Gold Fix podcast is brought to you by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Luxury stay, elite play, unwind in sophisticated comfort. Win big, dine, and experience the events in Milwaukee.
Every so often in medicine, something comes along that is truly revolutionary.
Dr. Mitchell Scheinkup, former orthopedic surgeon, now National Medical Director at QC Kinetics.
I believe this is one of those things.
Dr. Scheinkup is talking about regenerative medicine, something he's practiced, researched, and written about for nearly 2 decades.
The old ways of dealing with joint pain, such as steroids and surgery, are no longer the best ways.
If you have pain from arthritis or injury, you owe it to yourself to learn more about this exciting option, using your own body's natural power to get lasting relief. And there's no better place to learn than QC Kinetics.
There is no one in this country today with more clinics, more satisfied patients, more advanced protocols, or more experience in using this exciting option to deliver life-changing results.
Call QC Kinetics now for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
Hey ESPN Milwaukee fans, Gary Austin here from our friends at Best Electric Service. An A-plus Better Business Bureau family owned and operated who have been serving you for over 50 years. No job is too big or too small, whether it's making panel upgrades to your home, new LED in lighting, electric vehicle charging, and all residential service calls. Best Electric provides quality service at fair prices. They are experienced and licensed electrical contractors ready to get to work. Connect with the Best Electric Service. Find out more at bestelect.com.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Don chimes in on the Carbless Talk and Text line 800-990-3776. Love me some Kyle turnovers today and Big Ben stirring the pot. Strofe, solid fan as always.
He wasn't paying attention.
The hell?
He literally wasn't paying attention.
Do you know what I just said?
Yeah, Strofe stirring the pot.
Nope, bro.
Kyle.
Welcome to my world, Bradley.
Y'all two have one job. It is to listen.
Yes, be honest.
Can I be honest? I was rolling through Twitter, trying to get good content for our show, and I came across guy we were just talking about. Because we were talking about Tyreek Hill.
Oh, yeah.
Antonio Brown on Twitter. And he had I can't say it because we can't go down this hill, but he had a comment about this whole FS1 thing going on.
Oh,
and I
Lord.
was just reading the mentions. Man, oh man. Twitter is a toxic place.
But it also can be very funny
it's entertaining.
sometimes.
So hand in the air, I wasn't paying attention. I heard Red Wine, though. That's a good choice, Strofe.
I had said, we got a great text. Love me some Kyle turnovers today. Big Ben stirring the pot. Strofe, solid fan as always.
Wow.
This is exact. You know what, Don? You hit it on the head. Brad's not even engaged in the show.
Yeah, I mean, what more is there to say?
Guy goes on vacation for 16 months and comes back and just can't pay attention to the damn show.
Reads
Thanks,
Twitter.
What more is there to say? He said it all.
Reads Twitter.
Wow. Glad you really think you play a great role in this show, Brad. Thanks.
So Kyle, why can't I re-gift your wine?
Yeah, no, I have a problem with this, right? Because that wine that I gave you, Benjamin, I was trying to ration it out. I still have to pass out some bottles. Our own Alex Stroff can get a bottle of wine because I had to give you a bottle of wine. So I hope you did not repackage that wine. Because
I didn't repackage it. I just gave it to somebody that enjoys wine.
You should just give it to me back. Give it back to me. I'll give it to somebody else.
It's out of my possession.
Sounds a little late for that.
Now, here's a question. When you presented it to the person, did you at all reference Kyle Wallace?
Yeah.
Or did you say, "Oh, this is from me"?
No, you did.
Yes,
not.
I did. I said I trust you that this won't get back to Kyle Wallace, and then I brought it up myself.
Oh, no. Somebody who works here? Well, hell, give it to me. Give it to me if you're upstairs. Listen, I want my wine back. My Baraboo Bluff wine, I want it back.
My fiance not really into the sweet rosé type red. So somebody who I know is a wine drinker
it was
here.
Semi-sweet. Because I knew you didn't like the sweet stuff. I like the sweet stuff.
It looked really sweet.
It was It said semi-sweet on. Who? I want to know who you gave it to. I want it back. It wasn't for them. Stroke, your bottle is upstairs with somebody else. Go get your bottle.
He ain't gonna get this one.
I should have gave you the apple pie.
I would eat that.
Wait, you were going on apple pies?
Wait,
apple pie one.
Kyle, does that mean you got each of them a Christmas gift and you didn't give me anything?
Well, what happened
was...
we talked about this. Now, don't act like I didn't
What are you talking about?
We did. Yeah, we did. I told you what happened was this. Is the fact that on Christmas Day, my family came in. My auntie came in the house, and I had my box of wine, and she said, "Where's the wine?" And then I had to sacrifice the bottle of wine from your bottle. My auntie has your bottle of wine.
Hold on a minute.
Yeah, it's your bottle.
No. Bottles didn't have assignments. Did either of your bottles say to Brad from Kyle? Did it say that,
they
Brad?
did not. Not personalized.
So what he did was he power ranked the importance of who deserves a gift in his head, and I took last place.
That's true.
Oh, wow.
That is 100% true. No denying here. I mean, I have to be with these guys every single day in this space. Strofe, I love you, and
what do you mean?
I know.
I'm right here.
But see, our relationship though, I feel like we good. I couldn't give you something and not give one of these two something without them crying or boohooing or going home to their loved ones.
Here I am, Kyle.
Crying to boohoo.
It's different. I said I got you one day, and you said, don't worry about it. So I got you. I love you, Strofe.
I love Alex Strofe, but you don't get a Christmas gift.
Yeah, that's
gifts for Kyle Wallace are a strange enigma.
Oh, you don't want yours either? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, I do. I'm going to enjoy mine thoroughly, but you send others back. You allocate some differently.
Oh, at least I didn't re-gift it to somebody. That's more disrespectful.
I actually disagree.
Smile in your face. I love this.
That is
I
a good
love
question. What is more rude, re-gifting a gift or telling somebody to return a gift they got you? What's more rude?
Returning?
That's good.
Re-gifting. Because
I
you
think it's re-gifting.
It's so fake.
I think it is
so
too.
fake. Oh, thank you. I love it so much.
But
I can't wait.
I didn't say that.
You did say thank you.
I said thank you, but I didn't say, I love it so much.
You said thank you. If you didn't want it, you should have said something. I said I got you the semi-sweet because I know y'all don't like the sweet stuff.
The semi-sweet's still really, really sweet.
I'm really disappointed. Re-gifting is definitely worse. If I gave somebody something and they re-gifted it like Ben did, I'm not happy. I'm not happy with Ben Brust right now. I didn't talk to him throughout the whole break because I'm upset with him.
I still want to know.
It's only a 2-minute break.
Was it like quick to get rid of it? To something like
same day.
I gotta do some. Wow.
Same day.
He didn't even taste it.
Day.
Same day.
Who has it?
You're basically thinking like I just got to offload this on somebody.
Yeah, no one's gonna drink it at our house, so I might as well give it to someone who's gonna enjoy
The
it.
same day.
Same day.
You did. Wow. The body wasn't even cold.
Wasn't even cold, boy. Meanwhile, my boy is over here thirsty.
I am actually. Yeah.
Did you think about offering it to Strofe?
Hell no.
Why not?
I don't know. I just wasn't thinking about him.
Wow.
I want to know who got it.
I know who got it.
Who?
I'm dying to know too.
Was it somebody whose name started with an M?
Nope.
This is like the game Guess Who. You guys ever played Guess Who?
No, Brad, we've never played Guess Who.
Put names down.
What's Guess Who?
Yeah, all right.
Color hair.
I got to tell you about the Princeton Club with 8 locations in Madison, 1 in New Berlin. Get the best rate of the year. You got to get it right now. Lock it in January for the rest of the year at the Princeton Club. Free childcare with the membership, open 24/7. You can find your better tomorrow and get on your fitness journey today. They have everything. Sauna, steam room, pools, basketball, weights, cardio, spin, classes, personal training. You name it, they have it. You'll get better at the Princeton Club. Up next, Jim, Matt, and Molly in Madison. The Damn Sports Show in Beaver Dam, and we are back in 2 short minutes on 94.5 ESPN till 5 o'clock.
What they want you to hear. Tell me it's cool. I just don't believe it.
Still looking at an okay ride right now. It got a little bit tight northbound 43 around the North Avenue curve, southbound from about Fond du Lac Avenue on down through the Marquette. Couple taps on the brakes through there. Westbound 94 backed up from 27th Street all the way to Hawley Road, and then southbound 41 is also going to be a little backed up just past Capitol Drive. And checking the TMJ4 Storm King forecast. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, a low of 13. Tomorrow, sun and cloud mix, few flurries with a high of 22. Weather is brought to you by Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center in Waukesha. Join their two-man scramble tournament and play Pebble Beach for a chance to win cash through the 31st. Sign up at wisconsinindorgolfcenter.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazga on 94.5 ESPN.
Look what I found.
What is it?
It's a list of the traditional and modern anniversary gifts for each year of marriage.
Sarah and I use a different list. But go ahead and tell us about yours.
The traditional gift for your first anniversary is paper, but the modern gift is a clock.
Well, our list says the first anniversary is always diamond jewelry.
What's your list called?
The People's Choice.
The traditional gift for your 6th anniversary is iron, but the modern gift is wood.
What a coincidence. For the 6th anniversary, our list says diamonds again. What do you have for the 10th anniversary, Rick?
Traditional is aluminum, modern is diamond jewelry.
Well, there you go. Our lists agree. What have you got for the 7th anniversary?
Copper and a desk set.
Nope. Diamonds again.
I'm beginning to see the wisdom of the People's Choice list.
It's good to have you on board.
Can I ask you something?
Sure.
Did you make up that People's Choice list, or is it real?
Well, we're people, aren't we?
Find the Kesslers nearest you at KesslersDiamonds.com.
You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee, a Good Karma Brands radio station. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN on 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and streaming live at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
We them boys. We them boys.
It's the 4-1 Bowl Hour at 4.
It's the 4-1 hour at 4 on KBN.
What's happening in?
What's happening in?
That's Tori Lowe. It's a Tori Lowe Tuesday. On a Tuesday, actually. Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, Alex Strofe. Instead of setting up the video stream, Alex Strofe was guessing every person in the office that I might have regifted the wine that Kyle gave me. I know you got it up. It took you a second.
Tori.
We named a lot of names.
Tori. That wine I got you. Delicious,
you
right?
got one too? Oh, I get one every year.
You get one every year.
I'm used to this. It's powerful.
It's delicious. They asked for it. You know, now, Tori, if I
powerful wine. I had the girlfriend. It said girlfriend on it.
Now, Tori, what would you do if you gave somebody a gift and then they regifted it? Would you feel a little some type of way?
If they took it back?
No, they just gave it to somebody else.
Wow.
I gave it to somebody else.
Ungrateful.
That's what he is. He took that beautiful bottle and regifted it.
Kyle, you're the last person that can say that.
Nah, Tori understand.
Tori, Kyle.
Here we go.
Kyle told not
How
one.
do I get into these situations?
You come on KBN.
Kyle told not one, not two, but 3 family members to return gifts they bought for him.
Oh, wow.
I knew an OI was coming there.
Opened it and said, return it.
I don't like it.
Hold on. I can't be getting involved in these situations.
Pants, a flashlight.
Now, Tori.
I got to hear the whole story.
Yeah,
that's the whole story.
Thank you, Tori. See, Tori, he know how to get down.
It sounds like that, okay, you're on Ben for turning in or regifting something you gave him
within hours.
But then you did the same thing.
No,
within seconds.
No, I keep it real. So what I did, Tori, was I was spoiled. I got a lot of gifts from my loved ones in my household. Like, I thank you. I appreciate it, right? If you get 5 gifts and you tell them one of the gifts is like, hey, this don't fit, or hey, I don't like this part about it, or hey, I don't need
these
this.
undies too tight.
Yeah, exactly, right? And so if you say, hey, thanks, but no thanks, I'm doing them a favor.
You're not telling it right.
That is the truth.
Tori, Kyle comes to work every day, and he packs a lunch.
Right.
He puts it in like a plastic bag you could get at a grocery store.
Bag.
And so his wonderful girlfriend decided to say, hey, you know what, baby? I'm going to get you a lunchbox. He opens up the lunchbox and says, take it back.
Oh, wow.
Tori, I like my garbage.
And even
I like my lunchbox.
And even more so, It's not been resolved, right, Kyle?
No, yeah, she's not taking it back, and I'm not using it. So
it's just sitting there. Stalemate.
No, I'm not ungrateful.
Oh, great.
She's trying to change.
Who's more ungrateful?
No.
All right. I can't weigh the ungratefulness. Y'all would have to bring the victims in.
He's the fakest.
But what I'm saying is, it sounds like both of y'all got a little tinge of ungratefulness.
So for me, at least I'm giving
on both sides.
I'm giving the gift to someone who will enjoy it more than me.
Kyle, you drink wine?
Not that kind. A little too sweet for my liking.
Oh, you tasted it before?
No, he didn't. That's the whole point.
Hold on, wait a minute. I'm investigating.
Get to the bottom of it, T-Lo.
I'm investigating.
Detective Lowe.
I'm trying to get to the bottom of this. Have you ever tasted the wine before?
No, but I've tasted wine similar.
But how do you know if you?
Because I've read the ingredients and I saw the color of the wine.
It was red, Tori.
It was
he
pink.
didn't know what it was.
It was pink.
We might have to get a jury to come in on this.
That's what I'm saying, T-Lo.
Somebody to call it. But
he's fake. He's fake because he smiled in his face, but he's a backstabber behind my back.
Well, you're fake about your Green Bay Packers because you somehow believe that the greatest thing that happened to them was bad clock management and a poor performance on Sunday, and somehow they're just going to win on Sunday.
Oh, wow.
Exactly. Tori, I know you feel this way too, brother.
Are we
I know,
switching the topic?
No, we're going to switch it up because I understand on Sunday you were upset because the Green Bay Packers lost to our hated our rival Chicago Bears.
Especially to Chicago Bears. I had some bets out there.
Yeah, so here's the thing is that after 24 hours of, having time to think about it, I think losing to the Chicago Bears on Sunday was exactly what the Green Bay Packers needed. They needed a wake-up call. They needed a chance to really say, you know what, we're not as good as we think we are, and we need to reevaluate. And that reevaluation led to Matt LaFleur saying a couple things, Tori. If your head coach came after a loss and he said things such as, hey, we need to own up to our mistakes, right? We need to face the music. We need to look at ourselves critically, and we need to make necessary corrections. Wouldn't that make you excited about what this football team could do moving forward?
If it was week 8.
You know, that gives me energy where the coach was like, playoffs,
Oh, wow.
Playoffs? What I'm saying is this is where I say that the Packers, this year, the black and blue division, it just proves how tough it was. And I told you in passing, everybody got a piece of the Packers this year.
You did say that.
Playoffs? Yeah, facts. This is now, at the beginning of the season, I said we were going to win 11 games. I just didn't know it was going to look ugly. This was a ugly 11-win season.
They beat the teams they were supposed to, other than the Chicago Bears.
Right. So what I'm saying is,
lost the teams that were better than by record.
A lot of people around here said 11 wins this season. We just didn't know it was going to come with a loss to the Bears, close games, close losses to the Eagles. The Detroit Lions we always knew that they were going to be a powerhouse. The Vikings surprised everybody. I don't think nobody thought the Vikings would be as good as they are.
It doesn't matter. They still lost.
Right. But what I'm saying is, here go the Packers in a situation now where last year in the playoffs, they surprised everybody. I don't think that they're going to have the same element of surprise this year in the playoffs.
Well, the difference being that I have from last year to this year, and it's very simple, is they had to win their last 3 games and had momentum heading into the playoffs versus the last 2 weeks. We were talking about Matt LaFleur's demeanor on the sideline and now some clock management and timeout situations against the Bears, despite who was on the field.
Right.
It's indicative of the way they've been playing heading into a game where you can't make mistakes.
And this is not the energy that you want to, or the frequency that you want to take into the playoffs. You want to go like last year into the playoffs with some momentum. I would question the momentum at this point because we have injury. Jordan Love, all season long, injury here and there. Just got a huge contract. We thought that this was going to be the breakout season for Jordan Love, but yet it was filled with injuries. We never got.
But when he was healthy,
rolling.
He was good, not great.
We had the good version, but we didn't have the great version that we expected. All I'm saying is this year is going to be interesting because now the Packers are playing the Eagles. We had a close game. Jordan Love ended up getting hurt in that first game toward the end. So
at the end.
So what I'm saying is that was still a close game. So we're not playing a team that we was dominated by in the loss. We're playing a team that we can get close to a win. And I'm looking at the bright side because the Packers lost that first game. It was a close game. It was an injury in there toward the end. But now we have the matchup, and it's not like the Packers don't have the team to beat the Eagles. And the Eagles are starting to got shaky toward the end of the season. So
the reason why they were shaky is because their quarterback has had a concussion.
Right, but what I'm saying, injuries take place, right?
Of course.
All I'm saying is this is a game that Green Bay can win. Now,
can is a big can right now.
Right, it is a big can, but we can beat the Eagles. We can beat them. It's not like they're too far away, talent-wise, from the Packers.
Tori, did you have more confidence at this point last year or this year for the Packers to pull off the
Last year,
upset?
most definitely, I had, because the way we came into the playoffs.
Even though this core has another year of experience, they won more games, you feel like the momentum weighs more in pulling up the upset than experience?
Yeah, the momentum was there last year going into the playoffs. This year, like I said, mismanagement toward the end where Willis did a great job. We got in field goal range. We hit the field goal. All of a sudden, you look up, boom, they right back at it. And, they gave the Bears a second chance at life. At the very least, the defense could have, made a stop. And that's the problem with the team all year. We have great, bright spots, but when it sucks,
it shows.
It shows. And we see the weaknesses. So what I'm saying is this game against the Eagles, can we win it? Yes. The answer is yes. But the momentum going into the game, it just brings a dark shadow over going into this game. We don't feel as excited as we would have if we would have beat the Bears. If we would have won on that last second field goal and we would have won that game, I think all of the commentary would have been, okay, we can take on the Eagles. I still believe we can take on the Eagles, but like I said, Matt LaFleur got to come out with a weird conversation about accountability going into the playoffs.
There's the thing. If the Green Bay Packers beat the Chicago Bears and they sneak out that victory, is the locker room as disappointed, right? They're probably like, fellas, we got to play better. But winning and barely getting by, you still say, woo, we got by. Versus losing, you have a nasty taste in your mouth, right? You're a little bit angry, right? Something that Brad talked about that the Packers don't have. They're too nice. You think they don't have an edge. Losing, as you know, Brad, when you're a good football team, right, it makes you have to respond to something. It gives you a little bit of a chip on your shoulder going into the week. And so I'm actually, again, how much I hate losing to the Chicago Bears. I'd rather have a team that's refocused, playing with a chip on their shoulder, having a little bit more of an edge, being a little bit more focused because they understand that they cannot take
So you'd
this
rather
game for
have
granted.
them not coming in with momentum, learning from a loss against the Bears.
And you lost to the Bears. That's unacceptable.
Beating
Losing to the Bears.
Wait, Tori.
I'm just saying.
The game on Sunday, regardless of what the result was, if the Packers win 22-21 or whatever it was, or 23-22, whatever the score was going to be, if they win that football game, they still don't have momentum. They lost to the Vikings.
And I would say
they
the problem with that
struggled
is
against the
because
Bears.
Matt LaFleur middled his plan going against the Bears.
So that's what I'm saying. The momentum wasn't going to be there. You already lost. It doesn't matter. You lost to the Lions. You lost to the Eagles. You lost to the Lions again. You lost to the Vikings twice. There was not going to be any momentum at the way this season ended going into the playoffs whatsoever when you take L's in your division against good teams.
I'll say this. This is why they would have had the momentum. First of all, injury struck. Jair Alexander, all of a sudden you don't have your quarterback.
Injuries strike everyone. The Lions have 6 guys out for the season.
Let me finish. I didn't finish. What I'm saying is we knew when Malik came in that, okay, this is going to be the battle of the backup squad. And we saw it. They took out all of their star. We saw Josh Jacobs. So now we're watching our backups. That's momentum in itself because then it's the next man up mentality. You win that game with the backups in. That is energy right there. This is not that the Bears beat the Packers straight up. This is now that the backup squad has the energy just in case somebody goes down in the playoffs. This is an energy booster.
No, there was nothing.
The difference here, though, is Love did play, and when he did play before he was injured, he didn't look particularly sharp either, which has been a trend the last couple games.
Yeah,
and he had 63 yards at half against the Vikings.
I'm not going to argue with that because when Jordan Love is not performing at the level that we feel that he should perform, it looks bad.
And they can't be the Eagles without him playing at a higher level.
And that's true. And all I'm saying is, for some reason this year, Christian Watts and Jordan Love, the injury bug has affected their performance. All I'm saying is, I think that if the Packers go into the game against the Eagles, they have the best chance out of all teams. Right? I still believe the Packers is the most dangerous team in the playoffs.
Really?
Yes, I still believe
I lost that. I don't think the Packers.
I believe that, and I think that's because of the Chicago Bear loss. But what I'm saying is, I think that nobody wants to see Green Bay. I still believe that.
And
Torrey doesn't believe.
But no, Amon-Ra St. Brown also said he wouldn't want if he had
8 weeks ago.
No, it doesn't matter. 8 weeks ago, a year ago. This is again, it is in his head that he does not want to play against the Green Bay Packers because he knows how dangerous they are.
Why are you laughing?
Are we really playing LiAngelo Ball?
Yeah.
This song is not that good.
Yes, it is.
No,
it's power. Look, I'm turned up. They Packers need to practice in the locker room before they come out. And I'm surprised that LaMelo Ball even release something like this. Because I usually don't like athletes when they make music.
Give me Dame. I'll take Dame over him.
This song right now is hot. Yeah.
That is correct.
Yeah, somebody said he quit basketball to rap. Bro, you didn't quit basketball. Basketball quit you.
You ain't good enough.
You know, I'm
surprised he got a good song out. It's going crazy on TikTok.
There's a line that we used to say in the locker room. Not necessarily me, but I hear guys say it. Rappers want to be athletes, and athletes want to be rappers.
Brad Nortman.
I'm gonna take Brad into the studio. We gonna produce Brad a rap and see if they like it.
Oh boy!
If Brad raps as good as he sings, and he's terrible.
I'm gonna spit fire, baby.
We gonna try to get Kyle in the studio and see what he can do.
No, wait a minute. Now I
can write some lyrics.
Some tracks in before back in like the early 2000s when my friends wanted to have a rap group.
Oh wow! Yeah. Why don't you just tell us about how to keep a house warm?
I can tell you how to keep a house warm. LiAngelo Ball might suck at playing basketball and suck at rapping, but one thing that does not suck is Universal Windows Direct. And I'm telling y'all this right now. If you want a more energy-efficient home and you want your home to be drafty-free, then call my friends at Universal Windows Direct today. When they come in and do the consultation, it is so easy. They come and measure the windows. They show you the demo window. They talk about their super spacer technology. But then on top of that, they talk about how they are a high quality window at a great affordable price. If you don't believe me, call them today. All you have to do is call them at 414-410-2000 and they will schedule a free in-home estimate. I'm telling y'all, do it right now. If you and your loved one is thinking about getting new windows, take about an hour of your time to call my friends at Universal Windows Direct, and I guarantee you when they leave your house, you're going to look at your loved one in the eye and say, Kyle was right. And you know what else they have? At Universal Windows Direct, they have an amazing deal right now. Buy 2 windows, get 2 free. That's right. For every 2 windows you buy, you'll get 2 more absolutely free. There's no limit in 36 months of interest-free financing. That's 3 years to pay for your windows without a single cent of interest. Plus, if you've already received a quote from another company, yes, if you received a quote from another company, that's okay. Bring it to Universal Windows Direct and they'll beat it. That's their commitment to giving you the best quality and value for your home. Visit them today at universalwindowsdirect.com. And like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
We've heard a lot about how the Green Bay Packers feel about the Packers heading into the game against the Eagles. We're going to hear from the Eagles fan perspective coming up next.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
Craig Counsell bobblehead that was given away, and we, just did a nice, soliloquy? Is that the right word?
Yeah, like a montage.
Like a Virgil.
Vigil?
Vigil. A vigil. We did a vigil.
Vigil. On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Eastbound 94, starting off with a little bit of a backup right through the stadium interchange to 35th. Westbound, a little bit tighter. We've got 25th Street all the way to Mitchell Boulevard with the heavy stuff. Southbound on 43, slowing down right through the Marquette interchange and onto the high rise. Then you're seeing some more backups from about Lincoln all the way down to the KK River. Rest of the system's actually looking pretty good at this point. And check out the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low of 13. Tomorrow, sun and clouds, a few flurries with a high of 22. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
All day, every day. The Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you.
First off, there is not one team that's on the fringe that scares me.
800-990-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
That dog does not want to be petted.
Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
Kevin Moret for Mentality. Most new Mentality clients are stuck running on just 1/3 of the free testosterone they need, and that's why nothing feels right. You're drained, frustrated, and stuck in a body that won't respond to diet or exercise. But it's not your fault. Mentality's doctors specialize in fixing the imbalance. When your free testosterone is restored, everything changes. Your strength, your energy, and drive all come roaring back. Start the year strong with our New Year's offer at mentalityhealth.com/radio. That's mentalityhealth.com/radio.
Winning in the NFL comes down to the basics, blocking and tackling. In retirement, the certainty of protection and income are the keys to success. And as a former NFL player myself, I have experience with both. Hi, I'm Mitch Lyons. Having played on winning teams with the Steelers and Falcons, studying game films helped me mentally prepare for the challenges ahead. Now I star in a new Hollywood documentary called The Retirement Deception to help you visualize and prepare for your fourth quarter of life. You see, you don't retire on your nest egg, but rather the income it can produce. This film shows you exactly how to protect your retirement from stock market drops and produce more income than you thought possible. And it's free for you to view. Call 855-620-1801 right now for your free streaming code to watch The Retirement Deception. Don't risk your retirement savings at the goal line. You don't need to be risky to have a winning strategy. Call today to speak with an all-pro retirement specialist to get your free streaming code to watch The Retirement Deception. Call today. 855-620-1801. That's 855-620-1801. MitchLyonsWealth.com. Your best game plan to protect, grow, and win retirement.
Ready to tackle your home improvement project this winter? Exterior Pros and Baths is here to help you score big with quality home exterior and shower upgrades. As a 5-time President's Club Award winner, Exterior Pros is not playing around. With flexible financing, it's never been easier to invest in your home without breaking the bank. Get started today and save $2,000. Visit extpros.com or call 262-800-4274. That's 262-800-4274. Trust the pros and kick off your home transformation today.
You love her twice as much today as the day you married her, right?
Welcome to Kessler's.
Truck crash? Call Gruber offices. One call, that's all.
Station updates, show clips, and your place to interact with us every single day just by scrolling through your feed. Follow along on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at ESPN Milwaukee. You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Off the shun, you might as well be walking on the sun.
Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, Alex Strofer on the show. Hang with you, KBN Nation, till 5 o'clock. 800-990-3776 is the Carvelous Talk and text line. I already forgot his name, Strofe. Time for you to do my job.
I want you to give it your best shot. I literally just told you.
Hunter Brody?
Yeah, you nailed it.
Hunter Brody on TikTok is a big-time Eagles fan.
Yeah, he's also a host on 94 WIP in Philadelphia.
Nobody cares.
Sounds like an Eagles fan. Hunter Brody.
Yeah, sounds like a tool.
You know what they say, never trust anybody with 2 first names. Kyle Wallace.
Damn.
Wallace isn't a first name.
It's a very established first name.
No,
Wallace?
no. Okay, how many Wallaces do you guys know?
Most famous Wallace. Let's see what pops up.
It's going to give you a whole bunch of last names.
Wallace Stevens.
Oh, don't know
Wallace
who that is.
Berry.
Don't know who that is.
William Wallace.
That's
a Scottish knight known as a national hero. Oh, damn.
Wallace Shawn, Wallace Robin,
Scott
Wallace Roney.
Never heard of those
Spearman,
guys.
Wallace Wilson.
No real Wallaces with a first name. Good try, Strofe.
Isn't there like
Hunter Brody had this to say from an Eagles perspective about how they're feeling about the green and gold.
I don't flinch for half a second with Green Bay. Do not allow for any sort of outside noise or outside sources change the fact of this team's identity, their brand, their intensity. They are filthy. The Eagles are disgusting. You won't make it out alive.
Oh, shut up.
He's got such an accent.
What accent is that?
I don't know. It's not Philly.
Is that Philly?
No, I don't sound like
I don't
Philly.
flinch for half a second.
For half a second.
Oh, what a loser.
It sounds like he just hasn't learned
I don't
phonics.
flinch for half a second.
So, yeah, hooked on phonics. Let's send an ESPN Milwaukee gift to WIP.
Literally, learn to pronounce words, Brody.
I don't flinch for half a second.
Brody has extremely too much confidence in his Eagles football team. This is talking like a guy that's a front runner or a team that just won a Super Bowl. Last time I checked,
you won't make it out alive.
The last time I checked, the Philadelphia Eagles in the playoffs, guess what? They went down to Tampa and they didn't make it out alive. They got embarrassed. And I understand that's last season, but to be sitting here talking so cocky as if his football team is for sure a juggernaut type football team, bro, this football team hasn't won anything. Nothing.
Would Kyle Wallace make it out alive in the stands?
Oh, no, that would be an interesting situation.
I would love to see you in Lincoln Financial.
Them Philly fans is crazy. I'm going to tell you this right now. They beat people up.
He talks about like the brand and all that kind of stuff for the Packers. Well, the brand of the Eagles are just over the top, ridiculous fanboys like this.
Where they make it out alive.
They try to be tough. They try to be physical. They try to intimidate you. But the thing is, this is where I think we're going to know pretty early if this Packer team has a fight, because you let those Eagles teams get rolling. They love playing the bully. But if the Packers can come out there and give them a shot, I think it's going to quiet everybody down a little bit.
I want to hear this guy again. It's so good. Hunter Brody.
For half a second with Green Bay. Do not allow for any sort of outside noise or outside sources change the fact of this team's identity, their brand, their intensity. They are filthy. The Eagles are disgusting. You won't make it out alive.
Yeah,
I don't follow his argument. He's like, don't believe their brand and what the media is saying. They're filthy. He starts talking about then the Eagles. He makes no sense of those arguments.
Yeah,
this is a radio guy.
I cut out quite a bit. It didn't really make a ton of sense, but hey, man, I enjoyed it. It had a lot of views on TikTok.
Noise.
And then, Brad, you talked about something with relationships, right? Like this Eagles team can be shaken. Now, we don't have Jair Alexander, which to me is going to hurt this Green Bay Packers football team because you lose a guy that can slow down A.J. Brown. But I remember last year there was a guys who have really great relationships with CeeDee Lamb and also with Dak Prescott, right? And early on in that game when they had some miscommunications that really just floundered and it went downhill from there. I know something about A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts, and I know their relationship is rocky. It is for sure a rocky relationship. And that's why the Green Bay Packers have an opportunity to force some turnovers early. Make those Eagles have some turmoil. Make them think about what happened last year. Make the fans start booing. Because remember, they were upset with Nick Sirianni last year. It's not just a love affair that they have with Nick Sirianni whatsoever ever in Philadelphia. So again, I don't know where this cockiness and confidence comes from this Harry Brody, whatever the heck his name is.
Brody.
I don't know where this confidence comes from, but
I already forgot his name.
Hunter.
Who cares? He sucks.
Brody. Yeah, that was just
Do you think people are... I actually want you to send a clip of Kyle talking... Oh, my gosh.
What do you have in your mouth right now?
I don't know why I'm chewing on ice.
What?
Yeah, very unprofessional.
You won't make it out alive.
Strofe, I would love for us to send Kyle talking about the reasons why they're going to beat the Philadelphia Eagles to this guy to react.
Oh, that would be so
We got to get
funny.
Kyle Wallace's backer
Would
stance.
you just like me to get him on the show?
No,
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to talk to Hunter.
Yeah, no, we got to. I want a Hunter versus Kyle. Packer backer, Eagle disgusting filth off.
Sure, we can have Hunter Brody come on here. He can bring that Philly nasty swag that he has on our show, and we can let him know and set him straight that his team ain't as good.
What, are you going to go all 414 on him?
No, I'm going to go 414 on anything. This man's from Philadelphia. I'm from Milwaukee. He's from Philly. Listen, let me tell you something about Philly. Philly ain't nowhere to mess with. I know that. I'm not talking about the football team. I'm talking about the streets.
You been to the streets of Philly?
I've been to Philadelphia before, and I heard about the place I should not go, and I said, I'm good on that. I've heard, we talk about rappers, I heard about Mick Mills says about Philadelphia. Let me tell you, no thank you.
What does he say? Brad and I don't know.
Meek Mill says Philly is a rough place. He got it out the gutter. He got it out the mud. They ride four-wheelers in different places, and they do a lot of stuff on corners.
All I know is West Philadelphia, born and raised.
Not a place.
West Philadelphia?
I don't think it's a place. No.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty positive.
Why would Will Smith make that up?
Nah, you can Google. You can look
West
it up.
Philadelphia,
I'm pretty sure I went to
playgrounds or something most of my
Philadelphia,
days?
and they told me there is no.
Dave
West
from Aaron
Philadelphia.
says when the Packers beat the Eagles, this guy will be on the fire head coach train.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, for sure.
West Philadelphia is a neighborhood. It must be a different place.
Is it a bad neighborhood?
I don't know. It didn't go.
Oh.
Where did he end up in Fresh Prince?
Bel Air.
Oh, duh.
Yeah.
Where is Bel Air?
In California?
Yeah. It's a nice suburb of California. Los Angeles. Bel Air. I believe that's where OJ lived.
Oh, is that where it happened?
What happened?
No, that was at a different place.
I mean,
Bel Air's
he
really
claimed
nice,
he didn't do.
I've been to Bel Air.
But okay, but you never seen Fresh Prince of Bel Air?
I've watched it in the locker room before lift. Like
You never watched Fresh Prince of Bel Air?
Now that is a great show. Fresh Prince of Bel Air, great show.
Thanks, Brad. Tell us about Three Tree.
I would love to tell you about Three Tree. I mean, when it comes to being able to market your company and your brand, Three Tree Marketing is the go-to place to do that. It doesn't matter what you're doing when it comes to branded merchandising. Three Tree Marketing will be able to help you tell your company's story. That's what a brand is all about. That's what marketing is all about, is that your employees, your business partners, your potential customers, they know who you are and what you represent. Three Tree Marketing will help you navigate those waters to make sure that your merchandise, whenever you slap your logo on something like we do here at Good Karma Brands or ESPN Milwaukee, boy, we always feel like we come home winners when we use Three Tree Marketing. They're going to help you showcase what your brand is all about and think outside the box while also becoming an extension of your team to be able to showcase your brand. If Three Tree Marketing sounds like they can help you and your team, or you just want to see more of what they can do, set an appointment today at 3treemarketing.com.
Here's what you need to be scared of.
I don't flinch for half a second with Green Bay. Do not allow for any sort of outside noise or outside sources change the fact of this team's identity, their brand, their intensity. They are filthy. The Eagles are disgusting. You won't make it out alive.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
So they are lucky. Those other teams, whether it's Kentucky or whether it's Oregon or was it TCU?
That was TCU.
TCU, they're lucky I didn't play in that game. You got upset by a bad team, TCU.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
A little bit of a backup along 41 southbound from just before Silver Spring, pretty much down to Capitol Drive. Northbound slowing down past Burleigh up to Capitol. Southbound 43 slowing down from Locust in pockets all the way down through the Marquette and over the high-rise bridge. Stays heavy all the way down to the KK River crossing. And then westbound 94. We're looking at backups out of the Marquette all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. Eastbound is heavy from 70th Street all the way past the Stadium Interchange. Traffic is brought to you by James Imaging Systems, your local document imaging partner, dedicated to helping businesses do business better. Visit jamesimaging.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm King forecast. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, a low of 13. Tomorrow, sun and clouds, a few flurries, a high of 22. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
It's a Marquette game day.
Down to 45 seconds in the corner. Joplin, he'll try a three. Holla at your boy again.
Tonight, it's the number 7 Golden Eagles hosting Georgetown. Our game day coverage gets started at 6 with Brian D. and Marquette College Game Day. Gabe Neitzel has the Marquette Sports Network pregame show starting at 6:30, followed by Homer and Marquette Hall of Famer Tony Smith on the call at 7 o'clock. 94.5 ESPN is your official home for Marquette basketball. We are Marquette.
Do you want to have more fun watching the NFL playoffs? Try playing Sleeper Picks. Just download the Sleeper app today and pick more or less on at least 2 players' projected stats. You can win up to 100 times your cash. For a limited time, Sleeper has a special offer. New users have to just play $5 and they'll receive $55 in free entries. Just download the Sleeper app today and use code BRAD, B-R-A-D. Must be 18 years or older. Promo code, location, and other restrictions apply. Minimum deposit $25. See terms of use for details. Please play responsibly. Call 1-800-426-2537 for help.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank, your hometown bank. Tri-City National Bank offers a full suite of personal and business banking products at 28 convenient locations. Open your account today at the community bank that was voted Milwaukee's best bank. Learn more at tcnb.com.
The Packers will be without wide receiver Christian Watson for the remainder of the playoffs and possibly to start next season after suffering a torn ACL in the loss to the Chicago Bears. Watson had 29 catches for 620 yards and 2 touchdowns and was the team's best deep threat, averaging 21.4 yards per catch. Head coach Matt LaFleur says it's a big blow to the team heading into this weekend's wildcard matchup against the Eagles.
Yeah, it's a big-time loss. Just his presence on the field alone. Obviously, he's got an element in terms of his size and speed that's tough to replicate.
This has been your Green and Gold Fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank.
Family's bigger? Out of space? We can help you find a new place. Just make Tri-City your first call. We're here to help, loan large or small. Tri-City National Bank. Equal housing lender. NMLS 433891.
It started with a prediction.
Go out there and play basketball and win.
And how many games?
6.
It became the culture.
Chance of Bucks in 6.
Being a Bucks fan means you live and breathe Bucks in 6. Brandon Jennings created the prophecy. Tune into Behind the Bucks, the story of Brandon Jennings on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, and streaming wherever you get your podcasts.
That's for the culture.
Spending more time at home? Don't forget that 94.5 ESPN's on your smart speaker. Just ask Alexa to open 94.5 ESPN. 94.5 ESPN on Alexa is presented by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Palermo's Pizza is Wisconsin's hometown pizza with delicious brands like Connie's, Scream Sicilian, Urban Pie. They have the neighborhood. Love the Urban Pie pizza, but you know I'm loyal to the Scream Sicilian brands. The tavern style that I get at my local grocer is awesome. House the whole thing. I house every Palermo's Pizza I have. I haven't talked about it enough recently. Sneaking back into the mix because I've been a big Boss Hog guy. I'm a classic sausage fan. Love the holy pepperoni. But the Mambo Italiano!
Mambo!
Missed a good Mambo. The Mambo Italiano, delicious. The Supremus Maximus. They have it all. Find Palermo's in your local grocer's freezer. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman with you till 5 o'clock. And earlier this morning on Wilde and Tausch, which you hear 9 to noon on this very station, Evan Cohen of Unsportsmanlike on ESPN Radio and mornings on ESPN Wisconsin joined Wilde and Tausch, as he does every Tuesday, and had something very interesting to say about what could potentially happen to Matt LaFleur.
To me, that would be the same thing with now LaFleur of he's done a great job in Green Bay. But we are 1 year away from us questioning whether or not somebody could Buck Showalter it. What do I mean by that? Buck Showalter was a manager in Major League Baseball for a long period of time, and a really good one at that. He was a manager of the Yankees. They get rid of him. The next year they win the World Series. He was a manager with the Diamondbacks. They get rid of him. The next year they win the World Series. He was a manager with the Texas Rangers. They get rid of him. They go to 2 World Series. He was a manager of the Orioles. They get rid of him. They're now good. He's the guy that gets you right there, but doesn't get you over the hump.
That was Evan Cohen on Wilde and Tausch from Unsportsmanlike. Is Matt LaFleur a year away if they exit to being the guy that got you to the place? I think the comp that comes to my head that more recent is Mark Jackson of the Golden State Warriors. Then Steve Kerr comes in and the Warriors become champions. Do you feel a little Matt LaFleur playoff fraudulentness?
See, I'm not willing to go there. There aren't a bunch of great head coaches just growing on trees that you can say, oh, I'll just toss this one out and go grab another. It's the same thing that people have with quarterback conversations. You always think, let's just go get another quarterback. The reality is, once as you get off the carousel, it's very hard to find your way back on it. Because look at all these teams that are perpetual head coach hire and firers. The Raiders, once again. The Jaguars, once again. I mean, it seems like once as you start doing it, you are doing clip after clip after clip until you find your guy. And I'm not willing to waste the prime years of Jordan Love's career with a head coach that is continually changing, the fabric changing and the culture changing. I would much rather have Matt LaFleur be able to be the guy we know. He's put up great wins, and I know that he hasn't had a ton of success in the postseason, but I feel like he's right there. So I kind of expect the Packers to lose on Sunday. It would take a great game for them to win. They can, but they most likely will not win. So I don't think he's under any sort of job security issue. Just tell me who you're going to hire that's going to give them a better chance to win a Super Bowl. Tell me.
And that's my whole point is one thing about this organization, basically my entire life, they're not firing a coach that's getting you to the playoffs, right? They're firing coaches that don't find success. When you've got Mike Holmgren, it's because Lindy Infante before him wasn't doing well. When Mike Holmgren walked away, you brought in Ray Rose, he went 8-8, and you got rid of him. Mike Sherman, same thing. It comes to when coaches aren't performing well. One thing about this organization, like you just talked about, Brad, they are consistent, right? This organization likes to have a certain trajectory. They like to have understanding what the foundation is. And getting rid of a coach like Matt LaFleur would be complete disarray for the organization because they're doing something that's out of normal of what they traditionally do not do. So how much some people may want to get rid of Matt LaFleur if this team fails and struggles next season as well to not win a Super Bowl, they're probably going to stick it out with Matt LaFleur and believe that he's the guy that's going to eventually get them over the top. But we just haven't seen the Packers fire a head coach that actually had a winning record.
Yeah, I just think I really agree with what Brad had said. If you like, the Packers obviously would be a destination that anybody would want to go to. But when you're consistently making the playoffs, like, what are you going to take a chance on a guy that's never been a head coach? Like, what head coach that is established is going to leave their current situation and be the right fit to take them to the next level? That's the hard part about the conversation. Is, like, to be honest, like, it's not going to be this year. You said it's 1 year away. If this year they lose to the Eagles and next year they lose early again, say in the wild card, and he has a good regular season, I get the conversation.
Hot seat.
There just has to be a plan. So I think I see the point, but the way that these teams are open right now for business and hiring head coaches, have you seen one team that's like they're interviewing this person, you're like, oh, they're going to have the coach? It's so hard to hit. Matt LaFleur himself, when he came to the Green Bay Packers, the first thing he ever did was point to the offensive rating that he has the offensive coordinator of the Tennessee Titans. They were like 28th out of 32 teams in offense. So it's so hard to find a guy that can really lead a team. But I begrudgingly played this because Evan Cohen of Unsportsmanlike, Courtney, give us a stray.
There's no margin for error with him.
Show. Give my breakdown every show. You know, give it to Jim, Matt, and Molly. KBN won't play it. They hate me. They're afraid of me, that crew.
Yeah.
Give it to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. They're obviously.
Yeah, I know they're not afraid of you.
Afraid?
Who afraid of who? They're talking about him. Ben's afraid of you. That's it.
Give my breakdown every show. You know, give it to Jim, Matt, and Molly. KBN won't play it. They hate me. They're afraid of me, that crew.
Yeah. Old T just loves to try and be the pot stirrer. Yeah,
give it to Jim, Matt,
they can't handle it.
KBN won't play it. They hate me. They're afraid of me, that crew.
Why does it seem like our show gets the most strays out of every other
Welcome
show?
to ESPN Wisconsin.
Yeah, no, well, you're the best show in the state of Wisconsin, according to the Wisconsin Broadcaster Association. Everybody's just haters. They're haters. They all tried, but none of them did it. We did it in 1 year, fellas. They're just haters. That's what it is. And
That's
Evan
right.
is a hater, too. This is all Ben's fault because Ben came in here with Evan. He got all weird.
I've known Evan way too long. I don't like being on the air with him.
Yeah.
He knows way too much about me.
You need to stop doing that.
He's
Now
a
he out
bully.
there judging us and thinking that we're scared. Ain't nobody scared of Evan.
I think we get strayed by all the other shows because they're jealous of our age and our beauty and our high testosterone. They're all
energy
old,
level,
dealing with issues.
Yeah, they're stressed out. They're all curmudgeons and angry.
And they're taking out the young, beautiful up-and-comers.
That's what it is. Homer hates on us. Willie and Tausch hates on us. Jim, Matt, and Molly, I'm sure all they do is troll Ben Brust all the dang time. And
it's probably me, guys.
And then Chewy's afraid to even come and be in this studio around us. Be in Milwaukee. He's so afraid of us, he has to go to Florida.
It's true.
They are. So it is what
I don't
it
see
is.
one lie in there.
I love haters, man. I love when people hate on us because that means we're doing something right.
Like tear down the champ, right?
Lovers and haters. Lovers and haters. What I do want to talk to John Anderson about next.
Poor guy. He's probably in just all messed up right now.
John Anderson?
Oh, yeah. The Packers probably broke his heart. I'm sure Mizzou probably lost some game, too, recently.
They did win their bowl game, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, good for them.
Of all the people that we have on as guests, John is the most just like downtrodden when it comes to his teams, right? He doesn't trust them. He's ready for the heartbreak.
He smiles. Like he smiles, but he's like just hurt inside.
Yes, he is. And then when weekends like last weekend happen, he'll go, see, this is why I feel this way.
Yeah. That's why I just know this Chicago Bears game, he's going to take it extremely hard.
Do we ask the question to John Anderson, or do we just let him bring it up in conversation based off our questions? We don't have to lead the horse there. But his narrative about the Packers is, are they ever going to get this key stop? We've talked about the key stop. Can they get the key stop? Can they get off the field in 3rd and 4th down? Can they get the stop to win the game? They obviously didn't do it against the Bears, who, as Jason Woolley pointed out yesterday, they just threw bubble screens all game, and then they played 3 back and let the middle of the field and let them get up there and kicked a field goal to win. Will John Anderson, without our forcing, mention this team? I can't trust them until they get the big stop.
We have to really ask leading questions.
You want to lead the horse to water?
What's the most frustrating part of the game? See if he goes around on himself.
Brad, you kick us off with John Anderson next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
800-990-3776. Say that again. What a radio pro.
He's so...
Say that again. Nobody said a word. Ben Brust, say that. Can we make a rule for Kyle, Brust, and Nortman?
You're a good producer.
No Evan Cohen from Unsportsmanlike, and no Greg Scalzo, my former co-host.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. With Wilde and Tausch, you won't miss a play.
Romeo. This 3-syllable, you have to take the O out of the equation. That's too easy.
Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Iota, right? Not one iota. Iota.
Yeah, that's only 4 letters.
Weekdays from 9 to noon.
Let's pretend you're a first-time listener to Wilde and Tausch.
What the hell is this? They're discussing syllables.
On 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
James Imaging Systems. Local support, local accountability, local business technology representatives. Listen to Matheson Manufacturing President Al Leidinger.
She still checks in to see how things are going and if we need anything. So I really do appreciate that from a customer service standpoint.
Michael Quizon, IT Systems Administrator at Great Midwest Bank, discovered the benefits of working with the local team at James.
Our cost from supplies perspective went down. I mean, we're talking about thousands in a year. So we saved a lot of money by bringing James Imaging on.
James Imaging Systems client Luther Gray, Director of Ticket Operations and Group Sales with the Milwaukee Symphony Orchestra, on dealing with James.
They are making sure you get the full value and life of every product that you have with them.
Local support, local accountability, local people. Get it all with James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com.
Winning in the NFL comes down to the basics, blocking and tackling. In retirement, the certainty of protection and income are the keys to success. And as a former NFL player myself, I have experience with both. Hi, I'm Mitch Lyons. Having played on winning teams with the Steelers and Falcons, studying game films helped me mentally prepare for the challenges ahead. Now I star in a new Hollywood documentary called The Retirement Deception to help you visualize and prepare for your 4th quarter of life. You see, you don't retire on your nest egg, but rather the income it can produce. This film shows you exactly how to protect your retirement from stock market drops and produce more income than you thought possible. And it's free for you to view. Call 855-620-1801 right now for your free streaming code to watch The Retirement Deception. Don't risk your retirement savings at the goal line. You don't need to be risky to have a winning strategy. Call today to speak with an all-pro retirement specialist to get your free streaming code to watch The Retirement Deception. Call today. 855-620-1801. That's 855-620-1801. MitchLyonsWealth.com. Your best game plan to protect, grow, and win retirement.
Is it time to buy an engagement ring?
Or a big anniversary diamond?
Kessler's has diamonds that come from diamond mines.
And we also have diamonds that come from plasma chambers.
When you see the size of the diamond you can afford when you look at our high-tech newborn created diamonds,
you're going to be happy, happy, happy.
And with approved credit, our financing plans make anything possible.
Our selection of engagement rings is beyond compare.
And our custom design department can modify any ring in any way you choose.
Any anyone who says they can give you a better ring
Or a better diamond.
Or a better price?
has never been to Kessler's.
And our miraculous no small print warranty says,
If you bought it at Kessler's, it's guaranteed.
It's just that simple.
And all maintenance is free forever.
No charge.
yes, it really is that miraculous.
You found a partner you want to share your life with.
When you're ready to celebrate,
We've got a diamond for that.
Find the Kesslers nearest you at KesslersDiamonds.com.
You're back at the gym. Your new gym outfit? On point. Your new sneakers? Baller. You've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with Access Checking. It's maintenance fee free with no minimum balance requirements. So when you take your first yoga class in 10 months, your body might surprise you, but your checking account won't. You've got this with Access Checking from Associated Bank. See associatedbank.com/checking or ask a banker for details. Member FDIC.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
He loves the Missouri Tigers. He loves the Green Bay Packers, the Milwaukee Brewers. I think he still likes the Badgers, even though he went to Missouri.
Love the Badgers.
The Bucks. You got it all from John Anderson. John, welcome into Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Love the Admirals. Love the Bucks. Love the old lacrosse catbirds of the CBA.
Oh,
Yeah, you name it. I'm on board.
He's probably a big Green Bay Blizzard fan, if I had to guess.
You know, arena football, it's half the field, but it's all the fun.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Milwaukee Wave.
Yeah. Indoor soccer is still right up there with, the St. Louis Steam for a while had my heart when I was here, but I've transferred back. I know better.
That's good.
John, I just want to open up to you. How are you feeling after the performance on Sunday?
It's kind of a standard line, but I hate everybody.
I described it before you joined as you smile when you say it, but there's deep darkness in the soul.
Listen, I am so tired of waiting for the team to fulfill its potential. Like, I don't know where you guys fall on this, but I feel like the team I watched in Week 18 is the team I saw in Week 1. Outside of the kicker was vastly improved. Other than that, I don't know that team's much different than I saw in Week 1.
John, what specifically was bothering you or frustrated about the game on Sunday? Most frustrating moment, perhaps.
Another slow offensive start. The insistence that we need to make Jordan Love feel like that we are calling plays like he's a $50 million quarterback. Like, let's just run Josh Jacobs or whoever else is there until they no longer can stop them. I feel like we go away from that sometimes, like, oh, this is working well, but we should really make sure Jordan gets some passing yards. That drives me nuts. The defense, I thought they had gotten them off the field at the end, got a turnover. Like, look at that. There they came through. And then, of course, they needed to make another one, and they kind of fell short in that area. The coach didn't help them in any way, shape, or form. And I thought, again, the clock management was like, who's paying attention to this? Like, I get that they didn't have a timeout, but you gave them the entire middle of the field to get 15 yards in the last 12. Like, if you got 8 seconds, I'm happy to give you that.
I hate everybody.
At 15 or whatever it was, 14, and like, I just feel like down and distance, these kind of things, like, They strike me as an immature football team, and not like they go out and do immature, dumb stuff like 12-year-olds, but like they just feel like have you guys gotten the full grasp of how grown-up football plays? You got to make key stops and key times. You got to be buttoned up on down and distance. You got to be dialed in on how much time is left. You got to be dialed in with your coach. You're like, I wonder if I should kick this. Maybe I should go for it. Now let's call a timeout and see, come on, dude. Like, what's my guy, our soccer guy, Taylor Twellman? What are we doing?
Yeah.
I
felt
so
that.
I just feel like there's so many of these sloppy plays, loose ends to get tied up that you keep thinking, oh, well, they'll clean those up, and they just don't.
and that's frustrating.
John, you listed off a plethora of things right there.
Yeah, it wasn't a short list. I mean, you got anything else you want to complain about?
Yeah, that grocery list. Somebody sent me to the store with a grocery list that long. I said, baby, you want to go by yourself. But is there
2 carts?
For real, is there any silver lining you can get from this game? Because the one that I take away is I feel like this was the wake-up call the Green Bay Packers needed. Is there any silver lining you can find from that long laundry list of horrific things that you did not like about this Packers game on Sunday? Is it something where you say, well, we can take this and hopefully makes this better for Sunday?
I've been saying that for like 12 weeks, and it just hasn't come through, right? So I'm like, I guess no. And my tendency is like, wow, that's not a championship ball club. They're okay, but they're not in the class of the Detroit Lions. They're not in the class of the Vikings. Don't think they're in the class of the Eagles. They might be if Kenny Pickett's got to play. And if that makes LaFleur get to have a speech, hey, in the locker room, we're the only guys in this thing that believe in us in this squad, or the 53 guys in the room. Okay, good. You're right. That right now, that's, I think, the only guys that think that they might have what they need to do within them to go 3 games. So I guess I've just seen enough of it to know that I don't expect it to magically change in 6 days in this weekend for Gronk's wet and wild card weekend.
Is there anything you think Kyle could say to make you feel better about the Packers? Because he's trying to justify his emotions and get excited.
On Sunday he could say like Packers 28, Eagles 13. But until then, no, I don't know that there's anything that's going to move me off my position.
Dang, yeah, this is going to be a rough week for you. There's no type of bright side whatsoever. My goodness, you're going to be doom and gloom until Sunday.
What have they shown you that you go, oh yeah, they'll roll into Philly. They got this figured out.
I've been asking them all show.
Wake-up calls. Tons of wake-up calls. Hey, you almost got beat by the Jags. Should have been a wake-up call, right? When you like at one point, if you go look at you look at the Chiefs right now, and they're 14-2 or whatever they are, and they got hammered the last one, and they won a ton of close games. But if you go look at their record, you're like, even if they take those out of there, what's their record? All right, they're like 11-5 or 12-5. And what were the Packers? If you take out some of their close calls, Chicago, the Jaguar, like this team is lucky to be 11-6 and head of the playoffs.
Oh, I disagree.
Right
The word lucky, I don't like that. The Green Bay Packers won those.
They are fortunate.
They're not. I disagree. I think their record speaks for who they are this year. Right? They lost to 3 teams. Well, 4 teams this year, but 3 of the 4 teams that they lost to have 14 wins or more. Like those are really good football teams. You're talking about,
but you didn't win, so it doesn't matter.
I understand that, but say you're fortunate when you beat average to below average and good football teams. No, you're not fortunate. It just shows you exactly who you are. This Green Bay Packers team. Like
so why are you optimistic if you know exactly who they are?
Because they have the talent to be able to still compete.
But they haven't shown it, John. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
We gonna find out.
We kind of found out, haven't we?
We know this Green Bay Packers team is the underdog.
They've gotten beat by really good football teams. You know why? Because they're not as good as those teams.
Period.
And that's happened 5 times.
But you're not hopeless going in on Sunday. So that just tells you
if you're not hopeless.
Exactly, because you believe
the
that
Bears
were pretty perfect.
Like, the Bears seem like they would be hopeless, and they won. So yeah, they're not hopeless. But to go in and decide that this is the week, okay, they're going to this is where they put it all together, and now the roll starts. That'd be great if they do it, but I don't know that they've given any indication that they can.
John, as a professor, right, if you had a student that consistently showed you what their work ethic was, and they were, a B, B minus, C, sometimes A minus, and then all of a sudden at the end of the semester they're slacking, you wouldn't expect an A plus all of a sudden on the final.
No, I'd expect like, hey, son, maybe you should consider a general studies major. I don't know that suddenly that, or you're going to go, well, let's check at that chat AI, whatever app is that suddenly
you might want to learn that. A lot of people are going to be using it on you.
No, we got that. We're not allowed. So I'm assuming that'll do it. Hey, kids, you can't do it. That should be enough, right? They'll just go ahead and follow that. Just like
Stern warning.
I want Professor J.A. That's what I want.
That's Professor Big Daddy J.A.
You better be careful nowadays.
I just don't know that I've seen enough of this team in 17 games to think, okay, they'll probably have a run in there where they play pretty well. And they'll certainly make a game of it, but the idea that they're going to win one, let alone 3 to get to the Super Bowl, and 4 seems a bit far-fetched unless, God bless them, they've been saving up for January, in which case, they've got us all hoodwinked.
John, is this the worst you felt about this team all season?
Yeah. This is because
I'm
you're just like,
right
okay,
there
they
with
played
you.
the Vikings, and again, just slow start, got beat, tried to come back, great, but fell short. And then the Bears thing was just inexcusable.
Well, John, I feel like I listened to a devil and an angel argue. We appreciate the time. Look forward to hearing you on the Homer on my way home.
Thanks. Enjoy, guys. And don't tackle the one guy returning the punt because the other guy's got the ball.
Sounds good.
Man, John is down.
Michelob Ultra is a wonderful